What's up, peeps?
What's happening, beautiful people?
I got some good stories for tonight. I got Bladeshow stories. I got a story from dinner tonight that was I found very entertaining. But we'll wait and get some folks in here. Uh, OCD's still running. He's almost done. So I'm sure there's some people still over there. But yeah,
I heard
my
him regaling his gift knife to Steve when I walked through earlier.
I forgot, what did he give Steve?
He gave him the Mannix, but he had it engraved, like laser engraved or
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah, with
yeah.
a
The
ball
ball sack.
sack, and yeah,
What's even more funny is I don't know if Justin knows this. What makes that even funnier? Steve fucking hates S110V,
yeah,
and that's what he gave you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he even said, like, when he looked at it, he said, "Oh, S110V, you would."
yeah, you would. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see all that. That's funny.
Well, no, I mean
Great.
he's
Dude,
yeah
it's
when
a
he
great steal.
yeah it is
Steve just hates the fact that it's a little tough to deburr.
OCD for KFC.
I don't know if you were in there, Stevie, but somebody asked him if anybody at Play Show called him OCD for KFC. It's like, no, but I like that. So I made sure to let him know that in Stevie's world, his name is OCD for KFC. I really don't know that you can offend that dude.
Who,
He
Justin?
just,
No,
yeah, just don't give a fuck about nothing.
no.
And I'm gonna retell the arm wrestling story because he was so drunk he don't remember all of it. So I'm gonna recap that. I'm gonna recap the Tim Reeve near you can't use that word on here. The near fallacial assault that he almost he
he,
was almost
he
victim to.
he about got a blowy against his will, is what
And
Shane's
I was
trying to
standing
say.
right, that literally I could have touched both of them. I'm standing there and I keep looking at them like, dude, you need help, because I would have jumped on that hand grenade. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't bad looking. I would have jumped on that hand grenade. Ugh, I don't really want to be here all day tonight. Let's go.
uh,
Well,
Marty
Maddie, I will
sucks.
announce that at about 9:30. So if you can hang out 30 minutes, I'll announce what the big surprise is. We
Hey,
had some last minute changes to it. So yeah, but it's still a pretty big deal, I think.
can we
Well, I
talk
tell you
about
what,
the poop
I tell
too?
you what, let's go ahead and announce it now,
We'll go ahead and announce it.
and I'll announce it again at 9:30 for the new folks to come in.
Yeah, tell the fine
For those
folks.
of you who are just getting here, um, I know you're already here, so you're already my peep group. You're people who are here every week. I'm sure you all saw me in the video announce my ABW giveaway at Bladeshow. I handed out 200 numbered stickers. I pulled the number last Sunday. I've not heard a word. Guys, you can judge me on this if you please. I don't care. I've thought about it. I've talked to multiple people about it to make sure it's ethical, make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. Um, but it's very apparent that those strangers I handed those stickers to did not participate in that live, nor did they watch it. So there's no telling how many times I could pick a number before I hit somebody. And in all honesty, I would probably end up hitting one of my friends, one of you guys that were there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give this American Blade Works Model 1 to somebody I know. It's my knife. It was given to me to do a giveaway with. I can do with it what I want. So we're going to enter a hashtag tonight. I'm not going to tell you what that is till 9:30. And Tuesday night on Grateful Panics Live, whether he's there or not, even if he can't make it, I'll jump on and at least do a short live for him. I'd love to have him there. I will do the comment picker, and this knife will now be available to win
But
for those.
Maddie, how the hell do you misspell regardless?
God Almighty, Maddie,
What the
Maddie,
hell,
just go
dude?
away. Just go away.
Go sit in
But
the corner, dude.
so now you no longer had to be present. Um, you have a chance to win this ABW Model 1 Warncliffe. For those of you who haven't seen it up close in person, I'm going to be honest, guys. I like this a lot better than my regular Model 1 just because a Warncliffe more fits my cutting needs. Many of you know all I really need is that tip right there to tear my can of Grizzly open.
All he needs is the tip.
I enjoy this a lot. As you can see, that is black micarta handles, titanium back spacer, titanium clip. I'm pretty sure all the rest of the hardware is stainless, but this is Magna Cut 6364 HRC. It is CNC ground, so it's never been on a belt. It's never been heated. It's super thin behind the edge. I don't know how to really show that, but yeah, this is a slicing machine. So now you guys have an opportunity to win this here on the channel. I'll announce the hashtag for you to enter at 9:30, and I'll do the drawing Tuesday night. I will go live, or Panic will go. I'll be on Grateful Panic's channel. So to be on Grateful Panic's channel Tuesday night at 9, I'll give this thing away. And it does come in its pouch. And just so you guys don't know, no, I didn't spend the money to buy this to give to y'all. Michael Martin was kind enough to donate this for a giveaway. So I'd love to put this in the hands of somebody who has an experienced one, because in my opinion, this is the best bang for your buck American knife on the market right now. Yes, I love Spyderco. I think this is equal quality to Spyderco. However, this is handmade by a gentleman in his garage. Your money's not going to a large corporation to make a millionaire even richer. It's putting food on children's plates. I've met those children. This is the knife to buy, in my opinion. So now you have a chance to win it. So that is the surprise. The sticker handout at Bladeshow, that giveaway didn't go as I thought. I did fulfill my promise. Nobody claimed it, so I'm going to give it away on here tomorrow night, sometime after 9 p.m. on Grateful, on, what do you call that garbage show you do on Tuesday?
The shit show.
Yeah, Grooves Day Night Live. Yeah, it'll be given away on Grooves Day Night Live. So I was hoping that was huge news. I thought that would be great news for our friends who weren't able to go to Bladeshow. And I would much rather somebody that has already supported my channel, I'd much rather give it to them. I actually thought about doing it as a members only giveaway, but considering the fact, and I've decided this in the last 90 seconds, considering the fact that it's a secondary giveaway to a giveaway that didn't work, I'm going to make it eligible for everybody that tags tonight. If I can figure out a way to stop the giveaway at the end of tonight's show, that would be awesome. If somebody knows how, I would rather people not be able to comment after, just because I don't want turd burglars coming in and trying to win it. So I'll get with a couple of guys a little more tech savvy that can point me in the right direction of how to make sure that don't happen. Because I know there's two separate comment sections, right? There's the live comments, and then you can comment.
Yeah, then there's the comment. You can't comment in the other comment section until the live stream posts.
Yeah, that one's not going to count. It has to be commented here tonight. At 9:30, I'll tell you what the comment. It has to be from this chat section. So
which Josh Worth has a valid point. Just turn off the comments to the video.
There you go, Josh. Smart man. I'll just turn off comments on the video, and we'll make that happen. So if you weren't here tonight, you don't have a chance to win it. That doesn't bother me at all. And I like the idea that it increases you guys' chance to win. Now, does anybody in here know the meaning to my thumbnail? I understand not everybody gets it.
Patina gets it.
Patina fucking gets it. Oh, dude, I've had so much fun with this. Guys, when I walked into Bladeshow and I saw that janky ass that fucking pirate ship in the small room. First of all, if you're going to be a big roller, build a fucking pirate ship. Pay the money, get in the big room, jackass. But instead, he blocked the entrance to the fucking small room with this horrendous fucking 8x8 pirate ship, which, in all honesty, hats off to that guy, for building his brand. But as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, this is going to chat Patina Turner's ass. Many of y'all don't know that story. It's not mine to tell. I can just tell you that I've only known of two people blocking each other on social media. One of those being Jason Brown blocked Gwen Stefani, and the others that Peach Pirate Life blocked Tina Turner. So I have literally laughed till my ribs hurt. The sentient dude, hats off to you for making that for me. I'm well aware it could be done more professionally, but no, dude, you did it exactly the way I wanted it done. I wanted it middle school Photoshop, and that's what it is. And it's fucking perfect. My exact words to the sentient was, I want you to scour the internet and find the saddest broken ass boat you can find and put Tina Turner's logo on it. And my God, he did. It's so perfect. Oh. John put it. Bettina, even funnier. I couldn't make the motherfucker fit on the thumbnail. I couldn't make it work. I was so mad. And I called John, please make this work for a thumbnail. So John had to make it fit. 5 minutes after it going on to YouTube, I get a message from Bettina Turner. Says, "God damn you, Shane." It was exactly what I expected, and it was perfection. That shit made my day, dude.
Oh, Pete had some body winches though, didn't he? There were body winches involved with that whole setup.
Know, man.
I'm not. I choose to remember it that way.
Dude, if you like him, it's cool. He does make some cool pirate themed shit, but he makes you pay exorbitant prices to be part of that cult. I'm out. Whatever. But
I just think he's a douche. But
yeah. You guys don't know. I've had more fun with this the past couple of days, dude. Bettina, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. You've been able to handle being the brunt of my joke, but your passion for disliking that guy is what made it all possible. Because I don't really even know him. I just don't like his overpriced shit.
Hey, Shane, we met this feller.
We did meet Jim Miller.
Oh, Jim Miller.
Right inside the doors.
Oh, yeah, he was good fun.
Came in, Jim was. I didn't even know he was going to be there.
I didn't either.
Yeah, Jim's from here in Alabama.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he sure is. I don't remember where exactly he said he's from, but he's Alabama boy. Yeah,
it's like cosplay. Speaking of, if you haven't seen a tall drink of French maid wearing a tail flipping a bally, you ain't lived.
With kitty cat ears.
With kitty cat ears.
Yeah, this kid's 6'3", probably $105, and 5 pounds of that's acne. And, he's wearing a full French maid outfit, black with the white lace trimmings, pink kitty cat ears, and a tail, walking around flipping his belly with all
the hell out that belly.
Yeah, and never. Did you notice them kids never smile?
No, none of them
are super depressed. They never smile, but they were very open to hearing my sticker speech. They all took a sticker, but
no, they were too scared not to take a sticker. Is what it was, man.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with being open. They were terrified. It was deer in headlights. I put myself in
danger for this giveaway. I would walk right up in the middle of fucking Blades, just I didn't care. But
that one kid, I mean, it was like you had. There was no wall behind him, but it was like you had him backed against the wall, and his eyes were about this big, and he just stood there and listened. He nodded, took the damn sticker, and walked off.
Oh man, they're just dude, they're knifing through this too. One day they'll shed the French maid outfit and hopefully put on some real clothes, and maybe they'll start to get into real life. They all did like the ABW, and I will say that the whole concept behind the giveaway worked rather well because I went back. I visited Michael Martin several times, but one time I went in, he was like, "Man, you must be showing that knife to a lot of people because a bunch of came straight here, said that they handled the one you had. They came and bought one and gave me their giveaway sticker back and told me to give it to somebody else. So I'm glad I could help the guy out, and I'm super grateful that he he donated the knife, and I'm even more grateful now that I don't have to give it to a stranger. I'm going to give it to somebody in this live stream. So,
but now how much would it have warmed your heart if one of the Bally kids had won it?
I still would have been happy. The issue is The live stream got 300 views, which is average. There was no uptick, and so it tells me that definitely all 200 of them didn't watch. So if they don't care enough to watch it, I'm going to give it to.
Then fuck them. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Good one, you guys.
Got that established.
Now I want to tell my dinner story.
From tonight.
Yeah, from tonight. So many of you have heard me talk about working at the Gentleman's Club. Apparently I have to turn my notifications off because I think Satisfaction's blowing me up.
Or is it Dick and Balls?
I don't know, but he's anyway. Yeah, turned you off, Maddie. So there was this. Well, let me start with this. When you work at a Gentleman's Club, it's not like they hand you a rule book or anything like that, but you learn very quickly that inside the doors of that building is its own world. If they knew the things I talk about on here, they would blackball me, but that's okay because I'm not going back. But you don't talk about anything that goes on in there. Not only do you not talk about anything that's going on there, when you see those people in their real lives, like out in town, you don't acknowledge that you know them. Now, if for some reason you bump into each other and an organic friendship is develops from that, that's fine. But it's not like you walk up and go, "Hey, we work." No, you act like you don't know those people. So tonight, I walk into Buffalo Wild Wings to get another burger because that burger me and John had with it there was pretty good.
Damn right it was.
I walk in there to eat. Oh, by the way, it's a chicken place, and their chicken's fucking unedible. If you eat chicken at Buffalo Wild Wings, I pray for you because that's not even edible food. Anyway, I walk in, and the bartender, I'll just call her Bree. Bree is sitting at the bar at Buffalo Wild Wings on a date. He looks like every other guy I've ever seen her talk to or date. He's got on a King Baby t-shirt. He's got on a pair of red muscle pants. He's adorned in jewelry. He's tattooed from the tips of his fingers up to his jawline. Classic Bree date. So I sit down and I act like, she cuts her eyes and looks straight at me. Doesn't acknowledge I'm there, so I don't acknowledge she's there. So we're just sitting there, and I'm not eavesdropping, but where I'm sitting, they're kind of in front of me, so I don't have any choice but to see them. They're in front of me to the left. I'm sitting on the corner. And I can see them laughing and cutting up and, touching each other's hands. They're getting along well.
It was romantic.
Yeah. About 10 minutes into this date, well, into my experience from it, because they've already been there. There's empty bottles on the counter. And that's actually the only reason why I looked at her to see if it was her, because I noticed that there were Coronas with about that much left in them, and it was pink. My first Corona with grenadine in it, she made me. Corona is great with grenadine in it, by the way. So I knew it was her because it was a pink Corona. So I'm just sitting there trying not to eavesdrop, minding my own business, watching the TV. And for some reason, I looked over my left-hand shoulder. And when I do, I know exactly what's about to happen. Literally, this is across the room. At the front door, I see this woman come through. And you can tell it looked like she's been cleaning the house, dude. She's got on like a 5X green t-shirt, no bra, a pair of cut-off jogging shorts, a kid in each hand, like maybe a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old child, dragging them through the front door. And I instantly knew what was about to happen. She rolls up to that bar, spins Bree around and says, "Listen to me, bitch. You open your fucking mouth, I'll drag you across this parking lot," and then turns to her husband and fucking unloads on this dude. "You fucking piece of shit. You got 2 kids at home. Your son wanted you to play with him today. You're out here with this fucking whore." Dude, it was the scene of all scenes. And everybody else in the bar is just locked up. They're all just sleeping there. I've been in this environment. I've worked with this woman. This is every day. And so he stands up and reaches for his wallet. And the woman says, "Oh no, that whore can pay the tab herself." I will give him credit; he was man enough to take $50 out of his wallet and drop it on the bar, so that she didn't have to pay the tab. And then follows his wife out. The first thing I'm thinking is, why would you want to take him back home? Why would you even come get him? You know, once you walked in and saw what he's sitting with, because trust me, if you saw her, you'd know. Why would you even want to drag him out of here? Just get his child support and be done with this piece of crap. But anyway, he followed her out. And then Bree turns to me. Now it's okay to talk to me. And she's like, "I swear I had no idea he was married."
I'm calling bullshit on that one.
She's like, "I rode here with him. I don't know how I'm going to get home." And I was like, "Well, I've already ordered my food." I was like, "But if you want to wait 15 minutes, I'll be glad to take you home." Because, I mean, me and her we actually got on really well.
Shane said, "If you don't mind waiting, I'll be glad to pick up where he left off."
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I liked Bree because she was the best tipping bartender. They're supposed to tip us 10% at the end. Some of them don't tip at all. I mean, you can report them, but it's just not worth it. It makes your job miserable. But I've literally made $300-400 in a night off of Bree. She always tipped me well. I never let anybody get sideways with her. I kept her eye stocked, all that stuff. So we got along well. Now, another part of that job is you're the very last to leave. You literally, I had to walk each one of those females to their car. They would open their door. I would look inside it with a flashlight to make sure there's nobody hiding in it. Because, guys, you can't imagine the stories of shit that's happened in strip club parking lots. So I would inspect their car, let them get in it, and I literally stood there until they pulled onto the main thoroughfare and drove away. So I know Bree's appetite. I know nights that have been slow and no dudes hitting on her, and me walking through their car and be offered, "Hey, you want to go with me?" Never took advantage of that. But anyway, it was hilarious. She didn't take me up on the ride. She called another one of her. Keep in mind, she's not a dancer. She used to be a dancer. She got a little too old. Tips started falling off, so she started bartending. But yeah.
Wait, did you say her tits started falling off?
Tips.
Oh.
No, those tits won't fall off. She's spent about $8,000 on those H's. They ain't going nowhere. Oh, me. And then she said, "I swear he told me he wasn't married." She's like, "But I should have known better. I met him at the club." I was like, "Yeah, you should have." I was like, "Bree, you've been in this game way too long. You know we lie about everything." She's like, "I know y'all all awful." And I was like, "We're only awful because y'all fall for it." You knew damn well something was up with that.
Joe Isabella her tits too.
Oh, the best end of the story was the slightly more sophisticated, wealthy couple at the other end of the bar who were sitting right beside them. As soon as Bree left, started asking me questions. So I grabbed my drink, my food there. I grabbed my drink, my napkin, my phone. I just moved down and sat where they were sitting to sit closer to this couple and kind of break the whole thing down for them. And then it turns out this woman grew up with 3 girls who ended up being high-end call girls. And I knew them. They weren't from here. They're from 2 counties away. But I knew who they were because they gave me a ride one night in a car. And it's really odd that she went to high school with these girls, and I had an encounter with them one time, but completely innocent. I was like 15 years old. But anyway, when it was all said and done, dude, I got ready to leave, and I asked the waitress for my check, and they had paid it. So I got 3 Buffalo Wild Wings tonight.
Yeah, I think Patina's right. They were swingers.
Oh no, they were high-end call girls. These were, and keep in mind, this was in about 1986.
No, I'm talking about the couple that was at the bar.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
they
I
were.
Don't think so.
No,
Maybe.
they were.
This dude played football at University of Auburn. They're both well educated, fairly well. Could be. I don't know.
Yep. No, they
but,
were.
She went to school with these 3 girls, and all 3 of them were from affluent families.
Yeah, they were educated. They couldn't have been freaky as hell.
Yeah, they were. This was, like I said, about 1986. So these girls were heavily into the big hair, short skirt, massive lines of cocaine, and sex parties back in 1986, and all the wealthy dudes would pay them to come hang out. So, and I just happened to be in the neighborhood. I'm not going to mention why I was there or why I was walking, but I was having a bad night. And I saw all the lights on at, I can't say his name. This dude was wealthy. His dad was wealthy, so he was wealthy, and he partied hard. So I knocked on his door because it's like 3 a.m. I knocked on his door, and these girls answered the door. And the guy that owns the place is butt naked, passed out on the couch on his back. And tell them what has happened to me. I've gotten caught somewhere I wasn't supposed to be and asked to leave. But anyway, they were like, "Oh, we'll give you a ride home." And it was just odd because they knew I was young. And all the way home, they're talking about all the coke that they did and all the different dudes that they slept with. And they're just all touchy on me. And anyway, they were headed to Fort Payne, which is north of here. So they dropped me off. They weren't willing to take me to my house. They dropped me off on the I-59, the Nakalula Falls exit, because that turned it from a 15-mile walk to a 4-mile walk for me. So I walked home from there, got home about sun up with one of the greatest stories, one of the best and worst nights of my life. But yeah, I don't know where those girls are now, but man, you went to any grand opening, any rich guy's party, dude, they were there partied up, dudes snorting coke off their breasts, and yeah, they were a lot of fun. She went to high school with them. That's where that story came from. So that's why she was interested, because she had a little knowledge of that party scene, but they didn't really understand the whole. Because they were confused why the girl acted like she didn't know me until the date fell apart. So I had to explain all that. So yeah, it was quite.
It's funny how your life always comes full circle, ain't it?
John, it's always, I'm telling you, if you want to live a life full of great stories, be a fucking idiot.
I mean, I am
an idiot and put yourself in horrible situations that are no doubt going to end badly, but they have that small chance of ending in an epic piece of tale. That's how you end up with these kind of stories.
An epic piece of tale. Huh?
Yeah, it's a numbers game, dude. You got to throw yourself.
If you swing at everything, you're going to hit something every once in a while.
Come out with a pearl, man. And I've played that numbers game my entire life. But yeah, so it made for an interesting day. I had an even more interesting day yesterday that I'm not going to talk about because it's not appropriate for this this platform or the general vibe. Maybe one of Mattisfaction's Monday Night Mental Health.
Oh yeah, that might fit in there.
But yeah, I had a life-changing day yesterday. Literally, I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it in movies, like where the cops come knock on the door to tell a mom, they're being a crack, and you see that. It's almost like the words impact them physically. Well, I had that happen to me yesterday. I literally felt like somebody hit me with a baseball bat big enough to hurt all over. So, like I said, I can't really get too deep into that. A couple of you know, but yeah, interesting week, man. Because for those of you who don't know, John got sick Sunday evening,
and I was still fucking reeling from that shit today.
I was feeling a little under the weather, but I assumed it was because I was so tired, and I'd been smoking some illicit substances with some people in the chat. So I didn't know if that's why I had my chest feeling funny. But by the time I got home Monday, I literally walked in the house and laid in the bed. And by Friday, so Monday through Friday, from 12 noon on Monday to about 12 noon on Friday, I'd been awake for a total of 10 hours. My Bladeshow purchases, I literally just picked up from where I laid them when I came in before this live stream. That's how uninterested I was, how sick I was. But yeah, it was. Oh, Patina doesn't know this yet. I got sleepy on the way home, John, and was afraid I was going to fall asleep driving. So I pulled over and I got an energy drink. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried these, but they work. They sell them at like the Pilot gas stations. It's a little dark chocolate bar. It's tiny. But each one has like, I can't remember if it's 150 or 300 milligrams of caffeine in them. So you just eat this little piece of chocolate. So I ate both of them and downed an energy drink. That's how I was struggling to stay awake. When I get back in my truck, decided to get on the interstate to head home, I called Tina Turner because, in all honesty, I just hadn't had a chance to call people all weekend, and I owed some people some return phone calls. I talked to Bettina maybe 30 minutes on the phone, hung the phone up. I can feel the caffeine kicking in. I'm good and awake. I'm driving down the road. I top this hill, and when I do, I see the Atlanta skyline. I had driven back to Atlanta. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I was probably 45 minutes from home, and I drove 45 minutes the wrong direction back into Atlanta. Not into Atlanta. I could see the skyscrapers. And that's when it hit me what I'd done. But keep in mind.
Close enough.
Yeah, I was also very sick. So,
Gary, I had the squirts about the third day in. It was that.
I never had that.
Pretty rough. Yeah, it's been a whole adventure.
Yeah, I never had that.
Like it's still hard to take a deep breath. Like it's weird.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be as funny if this was a stretch of highway I've never been on. Guys, I've been to Atlanta 1,000 times. I just got on the wrong on ramp, got on the phone with Bettina. All I'm doing is making sure I'm not about to hit somebody. Never paid attention to where I was headed, what direction I was in.
So Shane calls me and says, "You're not going to believe what I just did," and then proceeds to tell me. Yeah. Which I felt horrible for you because I knew you were feeling bad because I was feeling bad and I wasn't even driving. So I was like, "Oh God!" Like because that damn hour and a half. What are you? You're an hour and a half out from Atlanta.
Hour and 45 minutes.
But when at the very beginning, looking at that hour and 45 might as well be 8 hours and 45 when you're feeling like that, and then you turn around and had to start all over again.
Yeah, I was so upset. But honestly, dude, it felt like it took me 20 minutes to get home. Once I got that caffeine in me, I got the radio cranked up, some Zach Bryan playing. I was home before I knew it. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, Doug. I didn't need GPS. I've traveled that road so many times. I thought I knew what I was doing. I just jumped on the wrong on-ramp. And Bettina, I didn't cheat on you. I never touched the pirate ship. I never went inside it. I didn't collect any. I didn't collect any Pete's Pirate Life swag like some other people did. Nor did I meet him or kiss his ass. So
you didn't go inside it, did you?
No.
He stayed on the outside.
Well, fuck you! You couldn't almost help but touch it. It was blocking you away.
It damn sure was.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get any parking places at Bladeshow. I was. Let me tell you what happened. If you get an Airbnb, your $15 Uber. Most all of us, everywhere I went, it's like it's $15. It's $15 to Uber from the Airbnb to Bladeshow. Well, or you could save that $15, drive there, spend $5 worth of gas, pay $10 to $20 to park 3/4 of a mile away, and walk to the building. So for $15, you can get dropped off at the front door. So that's what my truck was never at the Cobb Galleria.
Shane stepped out the vehicle into the Bladeshow, followed by his entourage.
Oh yeah, don't forget my entourage.
Which
picture. You see, look what Ant posted. Marcos Gamma, you're 100% right, dude. Let me tell y'all something. You guys that plan on going to the Bladeshow and getting high with Sid Stevie and Snuds, don't. It's a fucking trap. Don't do it. I was serious as a heart attack when I messaged Bettina and told him I might need you to come get me. I wanted to be away from there so bad. Oh, I wanted it to be over. If there'd been a power switch, I would have flipped it. It was fun for about 4.5, 5 hours. But after that, dude, I was so done. I did not want, I can't imagine smoking with Willie would be any worse. And I'm a lightweight, so I didn't smoke that much.
5 rips is what I heard.
5 rips off a giggle stick.
Yeah.
And the best and worst 6 hours of my life.
Are we allowed to talk about the greatest troll ever?
No, I don't think so. I think we would fuck it up.
Vince, you are God tier. Let's just say that.
I will admit that.
You are fucking God tier, dude.
He pulled the most God tier troll I've ever seen. And it was only what makes it so great is not only did Vince pull it off so perfectly and so out of nowhere, the person that he trolled
had a fucking make a wish moment. God damn it! He had a make a wish moment.
Made it so much worse. It was great. All right, it's 9:35. I apologize to those of y'all who are only hanging around right now. Hashtag ABW in the chat. This is your only chance to do it during this live stream. Hashtag ABW. I'll do it just so there's no question about. And there you go. Hashtag ABW for a chance to win the ABW. Some of you doing.
God damn it, Cletus.
Yeah.
ABW.
ABW. He kind of owes me, in all honesty. He really does. Who keeps changing it? I hate this view.
I mean, that was you, dude. You did all that.
Yeah. I'll make sure. I think you can select whether it has to be caps or not, can't you?
Maybe. I had to add the.
It don't matter how many times you do it because I'm only going to select once. But if you want to do it both ways, just to make sure, I typically type in all caps, so might be safe to do it in all caps. But anyway, if it asks, I'll tell you. It don't matter if it's caps or not. ABW. That's how you say it, right? ABW.
ABW.
W.
I think it's actually pronounced double U, but that's just stupid.
Yeah, but the U's curved at the bottom. That thing's got a point on it.
Oh my God. I don't think that's how it works, Shane. They didn't name the freaking W after two U's.
Yes, they did. It's two U's. Man, what a time. First person I met at Bladeshow was Thursday. I went in, even though I said I wasn't going to, I ended up going and getting my wristband. Because most of that hype about lines and all that is complete bullshit and 1,000% avoidable. But I did go Thursday and get my wristband. First person I ran into was Mr. Taylor Martin. And I legit, when I stopped him and spoke and asked him to do that pocket check, I legit felt like he was staring at me like, who is this person and how am I going to benefit from this? Wasn't super friendly. He did let me handle the narrows. Was not impressed. It's honestly, the thing they went for is why I don't like it. It's too thin. It doesn't feel like a substantial knife. It reminds me of a titanium version of what Forrest sends you when you order a handkerchief. Just, a piece of plastic with a razor blade in it. Just wasn't impressed. As far as the price, we've all argued that. People are going to pay it. Fanboys are going to buy it. It doesn't matter. It's just not for me. Even if it was $300, the knife's not for me. So, are we still on the AEW thing or ABW thing?
Well, I mean, people are still commenting. Homie.
No, but they're spelling it out like Cletus did.
You're right, Steph. It is getting very Kylie in here.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Kyle. About time you showed up, homie.
Yeah.
What's up, Cue Ball? Sorry you can't stay long.
Cue Ball, I hope you enter. Make sure you enter hashtag
ABW
before you leave for a chance to win. You've already seen it. You already own some. But Black Micarta, Model 1 Warncliffe, knife of the show, in my opinion. Yeah. Now,
I think you just sold an arrows, dude.
Did I?
Yeah. I love those little nice Force Sins. I want the arrows now.
Yeah. It's pretty close. I did.
Just real quick, it's fun meeting the big guys because most of them like you stand there and have a conversation with them, they got this little permanent what the fuck look on their face, like,
yeah. I did finally acquire a 15V Max. This was more than graciously sold to me by Mr. Super Still Steve. So, for those of you who don't know, the red 20CV Mannix is no longer here. It's on its way to its new home. I did notice Steve's nasty Italian ass carrying it down in the Georgia heat. It has already started to get, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. It's got just a light dark haze, like right through here on both sides. It's starting to get a little dark haze to it. It's fine with me. I like patina.
Yeah, you do. You like Peter more, though, don't you?
I like patina, but not as much as Peter. So that was acquisition number one. That was actually purchased on a live stream here. So, but I picked it up at Bladeshow. This first thing I purchased at Bladeshow was my ABW Model 1 Warncliffe in natural micarta. And I want to do a cut test on this to show y'all how sharp it is. So,
come on, put some ass into it, dude. It's a sharp ass knife.
It's got no edge. Not going to explain why, but my first ABW I ordered with no edge for personal reasons. This one also has no edge yet. It's literally dull as shit. But it would still cut some stuff just because it's so thin behind the edge. But yeah, that was my first purchase there. Keep in mind, all these purchases are compliments of Mr. Vince, aka Simplify EDC guy. I spent exactly what I won, not because I felt I had to. It just worked out that way. So in hindsight, had I not won that money and I went with what I had, I would have been able to purchase nothing. I would have only been able to pay for transportation and eating. So Vince, hats off to you, brother.
But on the plus side, we had a couple of good dinner dates together.
Yeah, we did, cool. Man. We had some good times, man.
Read the comment, Shane.
And to get Shane to say, "I dull the chole with full from the soul," no. I don't know how I'm going to continue to do this. You guys just bring me on here to make fun of me. I dull the chole.
We pull the strings and you dance.
I dull the chole with full from the soul at the grassy knoll. There you go, Maddie.
100%.
Yeah. And then also one of my favorite purchases. There's a little bit of a story behind this one, but here's the pouch. When I got there, Mr. Super Soul Steve or Steve Clarey Custom Knives, I stayed up all night Thursday night with Steve, just chit-chatting while he finished up his batch of knives he had to sell. And I saw this one laying on the table. First of all, I had a shit ton of fun giving him a hard time about making a TRM Atom fixed blade, which he does not find humorous. So I loved it. But I told him that I wanted to buy this knife for an EDC fixed blade. He said, "You can't do that because this is a paring knife. This is a kitchen knife. It's a paring knife." And I'm a winner. So change my heart, man. All right, we'll talk about it in a minute. Let me finish what I bought. I'm almost done. So anyway,
it's gonna happen, Vince.
And he told me that my money was no good with him. I couldn't purchase a knife from him. He would make me an EDC fixed blade. I got to see one of his EDC fixed blades, and it is phenomenal. However, I wanted this one. So at the show, when Steve walked away, I purchased it from his wife, Charlie, and told her to tell Steve that he don't tell me what the fuck to do. This is my new fixed blade, and I'm going to get my future wife, Iggy, to make me a sheath for it. For everybody else who has a crush on Iggy and fell in love with her at Bladeshow, get in line. Fight starts with me. Last man standing wins. So, yeah. Iggy's awesome, guys.
Dude, Iggy is a freaking doll baby. And you can fuck off. I saw her first.
No.
No, I saw her first.
Well, I'm telling you, we'll all meet up. We'll fight for the last man standing. Whoever's left wins Iggy.
Well, that'll be Pam.
That'll be Chicago Pam. You're right. She'll whip my ass.
Which Pam's a doll baby too, man. That's a sweet lady.
I'll tell it because I was there. Vince, I'm going to give you 30 seconds in the chat to post the word no. If you say no, I won't tell the story. So,
dude, I feel like Vince is 100% behind it, but
is he?
We'll give him that chance.
And you guys might help because I may not remember everything word for word, but I was there.
I mean,
I'm not seeing a no yet. Not seeing a no yet. All right, here we go. A crowd of us are sitting out in the lobby. Mostly my fault. I had to do a lot of sitting, and my friends were all very gracious enough to gather around and keep me company when I had to take my breaks. So there's probably, what did you say, John? 10 to 12 of us sitting in a small area. Some are sitting, some are standing.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, 10, 12 of us hanging out. You know, it was across from me, sitting in the floor, his back against the wall, was said Stevie and Dopey. There's several of us there. And no, Vince is sitting across from me in the floor. So he does kind of look like a child because he's sitting in the floor.
He's sitting, as they say these days, crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, he's sitting crisscross applesauce in the floor, and Stevie is to his, from my point of view, to his left, I think.
But it's Vince's right.
Vince is right. And a certain celebrity YouTube couple walked by, whom I'm not making fun of because I am friends with these people. But they walked by, and the male party is on the phone. And if you've been to Bladeshow, you understand the wooden doors. There's a wall with like 5 wooden doors that are always open during Bladeshow you have to pass through. They pass through those walls, and Vince says, John, because I don't remember exactly his.
I believe he says something like, "Hey guys, it's Jared Neves. He's
oh
my
my God,
hero.
There's Jared Neves."
Yeah,
something like that.
He's my hero or something like that. Yeah.
So I didn't think the hero part was yet. So as they pass by, Kara hears Vince say this, and she gets Jared's attention. Says, "Jared, one of your fans just spoke to you." So he gets off the phone and comes back. And
but you gotta let the people know that there was a good 30-second gap between the time Vince said this and the time they came back.
Yeah, they had already passed, and Kara got his attention to let him know, so they came back. It says at least 30 seconds later, they come back, and Jared bends down and puts his hands on his knees like you would talking to a small child. And introduces himself to Vince, and I think that's when Vince told him he was his hero, and Jared's telling him how great it is to meet him and all this stuff. And for those of you who didn't watch it, when he walks off, no, I'm sorry, he ends the conversation with Vince, and they're talking about this lunch that they're headed to.
No. This is before the entourage speech is before the trolling.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a conversation being had about Cue Ball's birthday lunch that we weren't going to be able to go to. We had already made reservations somewhere else. And to be honest, guys, if you try to fall into one of these mass meetups there, it's going to go bad. So they're talking about it, and that's when the whole entourage thing happened. Jerry was talking about he's not waiting 2 hours to eat at a restaurant. And
the actual what was said was, who wants to wait an hour to go eat at a restaurant, especially when you show up with an entourage?
Yeah. And when he said that, Stevie looked straight at me and was like, what did he just say? And I just keep going, yeah. Yeah.
But the funny thing was, it was a conversation between me and him, but he talked so loud that it just everybody heard it.
It's all, none of this was set up.
He wasn't like broadcasting it to everybody. Me and him were talking.
This all happened organically.
Yeah.
And none of it was meant to make fun of anybody. It just happened so perfectly that it was just hilarious. I mean, hilarious. But what made it even worse was Sunday night on OCD for EDC. Kara was on there talking about this really sweet interaction between Jared and one of his fans. And she's telling the story about Vince. And I'm literally dying watching this, dude. Oh my God, it was hilarious. That is why Vince achieved God level mode of troll.
But did you see Vince's face after they walked off after the encounter, and he's just all smiles, and he's like,
because I know what y'all are thinking. Y'all are thinking there's no way Vince is as troll in real life as he is on the internet. No, dude.
He's more
twice as troll in real life as he is on the internet. It was hilarious. Yeah.
But the best part about Vince is whoever he's trolling walks off and they have no clue they've just been trolled.
Nobody's mad because they don't even know what happened.
I was trying to fake cry, but I couldn't.
I think I did a little bit.
Dude, I'm telling you, I know Vince. I mean, he's special, but I got touched in his interaction with Jared. I was touched a little bit. I might have shed a tear myself. I was like, oh, the poor little fella. He's meeting his hero.
It's like a Make-A-Wish moment.
It was a Make-A-Wish moment, 100%.
The special guy got to meet his hero.
And the thing was, that was the interaction. It was like a superstar athlete, like talking to a kid fan of his.
Yeah. From Make-A-Wish.
From Make-A-Wish, yes. It wasn't just a normal kid.
This Vince is not a normal kid. No. And I did it because of his entourage speech. Keep in mind here, guys. I'm sure Sid Stevie would disagree. I'm sure Sid Stevie would disagree, but we're not making fun of anybody.
He said, "Hang in there, champ." Tussles his hair a little bit.
He called him champ. Walked off. I'd have fell out of my fucking chair.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, it was by far the greatest moment at Bladeshow that nobody else got to witness. No, Ian, he didn't. He had no idea. He legit thought he got to meet his biggest fan.
His super fan.
And made his day because he came back to speak to him. And Jared may be watching, listening. It's not nobody set out to make fun of anybody.
No, that's no jab.
So
it was
organically.
It was a perfect storm.
So naturally that it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh, man. That was epic. Epic. Hang in there, champ.
Hang in there, champ. You'll beat it.
whatever the hell it is.
It's something serious, I know, but you're gonna beat it, little fella.
Oh, that dude flew here all the way from Children's Hospital.
I wish you would have signed something on Vince.
Oh my God. Vince, why didn't you get an autograph? Dude?
Why did you pull your shirt up, sign my titty?
Oh, dude. I'll put it to y'all this way. It was way worse than what you could imagine Brant's first time meeting Rick Hinder would have been. It was way more embarrassing than that. Oh. Hang in there, little pal. See, and I didn't know Justin was in here. Justin was in that live stream. He had no idea when they were telling the story that it was a fucking troll moment and how funny it actually was to those of us who got to witness it and know what was actually happening. Oh my God. Yeah, it was good. It was absolutely good. And I did, I forgot I was going to tell. Justin pretty much got the arm wrestling story down pat. But this is what happened.
But, and you, the arm wrestling story kept going because we hung out with the
we hung out with this dude. Justin don't know that. We hung out with this dude for like 2 hours after that.
And the next day, and the next,
he's an awesome guy.
Every time I turned around, there he was, and I'm like, hey!
Yeah, he's like one of the nicest people at Bladeshow. He was just hammered drunk and testosterone was pumping. He owns a knife company. I'm not going to mention the name of the knife company because I don't want to change anybody's perception of him because nobody else got to know him like me and John did. Super good dude, though.
Yeah, he was.
But he's a gym rat. You know, he's swole. You know what I mean? Dude had some big guns on him.
He talked about going home curling 80-pound dumbbells.
Yeah.
That tells you.
So this arm wrestling thing starts, and I don't remember if it was John. I don't remember who I was sitting next to. I told him, I was like, this going in a fight. It's like I've spent a lot of time in a bar. I've never seen an open arm wrestle table that didn't end up in a fight. Never failed. Two things you don't allow in your bar if you don't want fights: arm wrestling and pool tables. They always cause fights. So this open arm wrestling table pops up, and all the big dudes. And let me tell you, there were way more swole gym rats there than what I thought. You know, because when they get up there and roll their sleeves up, you see these massive guns. There were some big dudes up there arm wrestling. This guy he wasn't very tall, but he had big arms and a big chest.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the arm wrestling's been going on for like an hour. It was just one after another. And I'm only hanging around to see the fight. And it got close a couple of times. Justin's session may have even registered as one of the close times. I'll get to that why in a second. But as I'm watching it, I remember it clicks in my head all of a sudden. Justin's going to want some of this action. If he knew there was arm wrestling going on, he'd already be over here. So I went and found him, and I was like, hey, Justin, these dudes arm wrestling over here, man. You want in on this? He's like, oh, I got this. He ain't small, you just drink. And he ain't kidding, y'all. Justin was perfectly drunk. And what I mean by that, he could still handle himself, but he was
having a good damn time.
A good time. He was loud and funny, but not like falling down or slurred speech or being stupid, any of that. So he's like, oh, I got this. So he's like, where's this happening at? So I take him over there, and I tell the guys, like, hey, man, I got you a competitor here. And it didn't, Justin might not remember this, it didn't look like it was going to happen there for a minute. It was kind of dispersing. And so anyway, it finally comes together, and Justin and this guy as soon as they lock up, first of all, for any of you guys who know anything about arm wrestling, this dude's bicep, his upper arm's about this long. His forearm's about this long. They're huge, but short.
Yeah.
Now, in my experience in arm wrestling, those dudes are really hard to put down. Many of my matches with guys like that have ended in just lockups because I knew I was stronger than them, but because of that shorter fulcrum, I just couldn't move them. So at first I thought Justin might have a slight disadvantage here because Justin's got fairly long arms. He's built like a silverback gorilla, knuckle dragger. So, but when Justin puts his hand up, he literally engulfs this dude's fist like he's grabbing a small child. This guy's from his wrist stuff just disappears into Justin's mitts. And I was like, oh, it's going to be like that, ain't it? So they lock up, and Justin just sits there and holds him for a minute. Now, he didn't like do a cocky slam. He just holds him for a minute, and just slowly and smoothly puts old dude down. And when Justin says dude got shitty, I don't think he remembers exactly what happened, but when Justin won, he went to walk away from the table. And this is where I thought there might be a fight because the dude, because he's a little short, actually jumps up like to get his torso onto the table and grabs Justin by his left hand and pulls Justin all the way into him. He's so drunk that he doesn't say, "Oh, we're going to go left-handed." Justin knew what he wanted, but just the fact of the way he grabbed him aggressively and pulled him into him, I thought Justin was going to knock him the fuck out. But they didn't. And as soon as they lock up, Justin said, "Oh, by the way, I'm left-handed." And what made this even funnier, because Justin don't remember this, was the chick standing beside Jim Gunn's guy went, "Oh, that's what they all say." And then, of course, Justin beats him left-handed. Same way. Nice, slow, smooth motion. This dude, and Justin's not kidding. I thought he was going to put his foot on the table. This dude jumps up, he gets his whole upper body, like trying to get it up and above Justin's fist to get some kind of leverage. And Justin still puts him down. Well, when he does, this is the part Justin don't remember. Justin backs up. He backs up and throws both hands in the air and starts screaming, "He ain't shit! He ain't shit! He ain't shit!" I'm going, Justin, please shut up. I mean, I would have, but I didn't want to. There's this dude, he's literally been over there with like 20 guys hanging around with him all night. And I'm like, I don't want to have to fight all these guys. But they never said anything, and that was the end of it. But long story short, I locked up with him the next day. And I just stopped because I know, no doubt in my mind, he acted like we were playing. You ever had somebody do that, grab you and put their hand under your elbow? He acted like we were playing, but as soon as he flexed and went to push, I felt it and stopped him. But I should have just arm wrestled him and beat him. It made for a better story. But anytime I can arm wrestle one time now, and I can't sleep for 2 weeks. It tears that tendon in my elbow. I can't sleep. It hurts so bad.
Yeah, because it continued on because we saw him at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, we saw him at Buffalo
the next
Wild
evening,
Wings.
And he came over. We hung out for a little bit and said, "Well, meet us at the pit tonight." And then we saw him at the end, I believe, because he came outside and was hanging out with us.
What's his name? Blake?
I believe so.
He's a super nice dude.
Yeah, he was cool as shit.
Yeah.
And then I saw him the next day on Sunday, and that's when he told me, because you had a little incident with him with his phone getting stolen, trying to help him find it and shit.
Yeah, somebody stole the phone out of his back pocket.
And they did it while he was standing next to me and Iggy, because we're all talking. All of a sudden, he just turns around and disappears.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, shit, I guess he's gone." And I saw him the next day. I was like, "You disappeared last night." He was like, "Yeah, somebody stole my phone."
Yeah, so he came to me. And he was like, "Man, somebody stole my fucking phone." And I was like, "Well, let's call it." I was thinking, once again, he was a little intoxicated. Maybe worse than the night before. So I was thinking, he's drunk. He may have laid it down somewhere. So I, well, let's call it. So we call it. And the thief answers the phone and says, "Yeah, bitch, I got your phone and you ain't getting it back," and hung up.
Damn.
So I didn't have an iPhone. The guy next to me did. So the guy next to me pinged it. And they traced it. So they called the Atlanta police. The police show up like 45 minutes later. And it's like, "We'll go to the address." He's like, "I'm telling you right now, I'm going to knock on the door. And if you don't answer, we're leaving. If he does answer and refuses to step outside, we're leaving. Nothing we can do about this unless he's dumb enough to step outside and talk to us." So, of course, the guy, they didn't answer the door. Dude never got his phone back. But apparently he's got a new one because he finally messaged me on IG, I think a couple of days ago, let me know everything was good, how great his trip was, and how much fun he had. 5 memberships from Twang Thing.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
sir.
Thank you, sir. I got to figure out how to be able to see that, man.
You can't see it unless you're.
For those of you who weren't there, by the way, I think
chat.
Zach, I don't know if Zach knows or not, but this is either the 6th or 7th month in a row that Zach has proxied my OCD for EDC membership. And it's funny now because we're starting to call it. Like yesterday, I was like, "Speaking of membership, Zach," because I knew my OCD membership had just expired. Every time he gives a membership, I get it. So I'm like a 7-8 month subscriber, and I ain't paid. I've paid for them before, but I ain't paid for one in months. Zach just keeps supporting it.
And he says, "I ain't got to pay if somebody else is paying, so fuck it."
Yeah. No, I always buy one. If I win one from Zach, I'll buy one from somebody else.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be cheap. Yeah. Oh.
There's that beautiful Scott N. We met his sexy ass as well.
Yeah.
Mr. Train Rider.
Oh, Scott N. That's good seeing him, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we all we had a little dinner Sunday. John was supposed to go to, but he got too sick.
Yeah, I was
We
out.
went to Fogo de Chao.
Is that really how you pronounce it?
Fogo de Chao?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, because I'm just trying to copy everybody else.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Honest
hated
God, out of all that delicious meat they come up and carve off, the best thing I ate was the Caesar salad. I don't even
Really?
Yeah, I don't eat salad hardly. But man, that Caesar salad was so good, dude.
That's a good question, Kyle. When are we getting the pirate ship emojis? I think that should be the next one.
The pirate ship emojis are coming. Yeah. Tina, forgive me ahead of time. But we gotta have a pirate ship emoji. So every time Patina comments, you guys can throw up pirate ship emojis.
Hollywood, Fogo de Chao.
Yeah. All I know is it's $95 a plate. And they give you this little disc that's green on one side and red on the other. You turn it green up, everybody walks by with shaved meat off on your plate. So you turn it red. It's good. There's experience.
So
could you get a better cut of meat? Could you get a better cut of meat for less money? Yes, you could. But the experience is worth it. Spell that, Shane. That's $10.
$10 makes Shane holla any day.
I'm gonna need that because I got a bunch of money to spend with Justin. I got big plans, big plans for this thing. I know it needs a. I can never own another Mannix without a titanium ball cage upgrade.
No.
This one is also. Check this out, guys. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Wait a minute. Did that come through?
Yeah, you got some stick. Yeah.
Bad stick. So I got to get a titanium ball cage upgrade, some titanium scales, and I'm hoping Justin's going to have time to do his thing about some Cerakote, some laser engraving from some artwork by the guy that taught me how to tattoo. So I want to make this a very personal, my bougie carry. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, Dopey.
What happened?
Justin paid for the nips.
Oh, yep. We got to see the nips.
$10 gets the nips.
Oh, my God, dude. They're so dark.
Don't make me get the camera, man. I showed you they're not dark.
Them things are dark, dude. They're unacceptably dark.
The actual nipples almost skin toned.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you move the camera in a little bit?
Eat, Patina. Well, Sean, I don't know that I want a pattern. I like the patterns, but this one, like I said, it's the guy that apprenticed me to tattoo. The dude literally changed my life, and I really want a flat scale. He's going to do some nautical, probably Navy themed type stuff, some artwork, and I'm going to get Justin to Cerakote it and laser engrave the artwork for me. Exactly what it's like. Probably tastes like that too. I forgot. Dopey got to get a feel of him. I didn't even charge him for that. I didn't charge him enough.
Did you graze him a little bit?
Huh?
Did you graze him with your nipple?
No, he reached down, got him a handful.
Oh, okay. Okay, word.
Yeah, glass cutters. They've been glass cutters since. $1983.
What happened in 1983?
That was when my buddy at middle school walked up and titty twisted me on both of them.
And they never went back to normal?
No. They've been hard ever since.
God dang, dude.
Yeah, dude, he put me on my knees. The only time I've ever wanted to punch that guy. I was mad. He went way too far. Like he locked down on them and turned them a full past 180 and held them till I went to my knees. It was horrible. I guess I owed the removing the shirt for Twang Thing too. Twang Thing, I apologize. I wasn't trying to jip you, buddy. I appreciate the memberships more than you'll know. One last acquisition at Bladeshow. I can't show. I'm gonna explain why. But for those of you guys who have ran across Ethan Ruins EDC in the chat or on Instagram, wherever,
or on YouTube, he's got a channel.
Yeah, Ethan was absolutely not who I thought he was. He's a 19-year-old, tall but tiny. Literally, his shoulders are like this wide. Vietnamese kid who is an absolute riot.
Yeah.
He showed up at Bladeshow kind of in a cocoon, and by God, he butterflied by the end of that Joker, though. He came out of his shell, let us get to know him, and everybody fell in love with Ethan, man. Ethan is awesome. And Ethan just walked up to me and gifted me an American Blade Works Model 2, the titanium sheep's foot. Means the absolute world to me. And the reason I'm not showing it here tonight, as much as I love promoting ABW and Michael Martin, I will be honest, he's aware of it. There's an issue with his lock face geometry. It's a fixable issue. He's going to fix them. But many of them had lock failure if you spine tap it out of the box. Mine did not until about 25, 30 tries, and then it developed it, and it was there every time. So I handed it back to him. He's going to take care of it, no problem. So that's why I don't have it here to show. But yeah, Ethan roomed with Vince. Ethan's awesome. Ethan made himself an absolute Bladeshow legend with his SPK Lamia.
with get fucked laser engraved on the side.
Laser, dude, that kid became my hero instantly, man. Ethan is so cool. But I had no idea. I've actually done a deal with Ethan before. Went very smoothly. We traded a knife. You can do really well if you run across Ethan when he has bought something and ended up not being as excited about it as he thought he would be. That shit's gone.
Yeah.
Ethan don't hang on to nothing he's not. He ain't super excited about it. It's out of here. So, yeah. When Ethan gave me the knife, I was like, Ethan, dude, that is super kind, man. I was like, can I at least give you a neck hug? And he backed up and went, I'd rather you didn't.
Matter of fact, you got pissed because when we showed up, we met. The first thing we did, met him and Vince down at Subway.
Yeah.
And I just walked up to him, shook his head, and shook his hand, gave him a hug. And he was like, he wouldn't give me a hug. I was like, he gave me one. God damn it.
Brandon, some people call it, yes, there is a Warney Model 1. That's just the one I showed. I know it's a little bit confusing. This is the Model 1 Warncliffe. It's what I bought. It's also what I'm giving away if you entered hashtag ABW. The Model 2 has a different shaped handle. It's a little more square on the end. It's titanium. It's still a liner lock, and the spine comes out further before it drops. Think of it this way. This looks a lot like a QSP Pelican, where the Model 2 looks a lot like a QSP Penguin. So I'm calling this a Warncliffe and calling that a Sheepfoot. I don't know if it really matters. But completely different blade shape, completely different handle shape. So I got the Model 1 Warncliffe. I already have a Model 1 drop point. And if he comes out with a Model 1 clip point, Tonto, I guess I'll have to own those too.
What's up, brother Eric? We met that fella as well.
Dopey's right. I did finally get a hug from Ethan. So it just took him a couple of... Huh?
Oh, I said you did. He did.
Oh, yeah.
You got that hug.
Yeah. Yeah. I hugged Molly right off the bat as soon as I saw her. Super awkward. I could feel her tense up. But actually, the only beer I drank at Bladeshow Iggy was going to buy for me. We stood in line forever. This bartender was so slow. He was super friendly, but he talked too much. He created the line.
Yeah, he did.
So we get up there, and they had this new blueberry ranch water thing.
Yeah.
And no, I take that back. I had an Ultra earlier. So I got that. She asked me what I wanted. She told me that she was paying for it. And so I told her I wanted that blueberry ranch water. And so she ordered 2 of those and something else. And they didn't even charge her. I don't want to get that dude fired or anything, but
he was doing that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I think he was pissed that, I don't know. But he was giving away a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. You tasted it, didn't you, John?
Yeah, it was good. I just tasted it.
Yeah.
But because she had bought me a beer too.
Yeah. I mean, she bought me a beer first because she liked me better.
No. She bought them at the same time.
Are we going to talk about the turd in the pit?
I mean, I mentioned that earlier, but you talked over me. But there was a total doo-doo, poop.
What made it so funny, the situation, because Mrs. Freak Show had walked around all night with a Rottweiler puppy on her shoulder.
Well, all day for 2 days.
Right. And she was sitting right there, 4 feet from us. And directly behind me, there's a turd in the floor at the pit. And the turd, while it would have been a pretty healthy turd for a puppy that small, it was possible. Would you say it was possible for a puppy?
Yeah, no, because that was my first thought when you.
I did too.
You stood there with it between your feet and pointed down to it, and I looked down and I was like, "Oh, damn, the puppy shit."
That's why I did it. When I realized there was a turd on the floor, I backed up and straddled it with my feet because I didn't want anybody to step in it, and also I didn't want Chrissy to see it. I was afraid she would be embarrassed that her dog shit on the floor. So then Iggy sees it, and it turns into this whole joke, because I'm standing here guarding this turd laid in the floor. And so finally I tell John, I was like, dude, can we get a napkin or something? Because I don't want to stand there all night.
Well, I had taken pictures of it and just zoomed in on it, and somehow we realized it had a face.
It did.
The turd had a face.
Like, not like somebody had drawn it on there, but almost like just an anomaly.
It had a face.
Turd happened to come out with what looked like a face on it.
So I grabbed a plastic cup.
Yeah.
And I tried to scoop it up. I think Shane kicked it in there.
I kicked it in with my foot. Because when he was trying to pick it up, it was just scooting. Man, we're going to smear shit all over the carpet. So I can reach down with my foot.
But it wouldn't smear. And then at one point it flipped over and we saw that it was hollow.
Hollow.
It was hollow.
So then we realized this isn't a turd. This is just something that looks a whole lot like a turd with a face on it. So I just dove in. I just reached in and grabbed it.
We touched it, and it was rubber.
Yeah, it was a fake rubber turd with a face on it. Do you know this, though, John? Do you know I found out where it came from?
Where?
Grumpy Grunt brought it to Bladeshow with him. He brought several of them. He has no idea how it ended up on the floor in the pit.
Are you shitting me?
I swear to God.
Dude,
Iggy messaged me. She's like, hey, Grumpy Grunt brought a whole bag of those turds to Bladeshow.
Oh my God, dude. I was like shooting it across the pit at beer cans and shit. We had a great time with that turd.
Yeah. Ian, you're exactly right. We'd already named it Mr. Hanky and everything.
Yeah.
But it was hollow, except for it was almost like canoe shaped.
Yeah.
So on the ends, there were like pockets. So Panic could catch his finger in it and shoot it across the pit at people. It was I'd lay it in on one of the couches, just like lay it right in the middle of the cushion, and people would walk by and look like they were going to see it and just keep going. It was
I think I've got pictures of it. Hold on, we can show said turd, Stevie.
Yeah, but if you're interested in one of these turds, Grumpy Grunt,
contact Grumpy Grunt.
Contact Grumpy Grunt. He can tell you where to acquire Bladeshow turds. First thing I thought was Leon Mom must have designed this thing, but
this way. There's the turd on my finger.
Yeah, but you kind of got it distorted because your finger's in it.
And here we go. Up and this way. There's the face.
Yeah.
And Here's Shane with the turd in his hand.
And my blueberry ranch water.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Looking
Very
sexy.
manly, that ranch water.
Here's one of the first ones with it on the floor between your feet. There's your feet.
Yeah.
There's the turd.
And it's so funny because we were trying to be all valiant and save Chrissy from being embarrassed that her dog shit in the floor.
And then here's the turd in a wine glass.
I think Chef Rocky is in the background of that picture.
He was. Yep.
Yeah.
That probably is why I got sick.
Yeah. That wasn't Bud Light, but then it was a blueberry ranch water.
Blueberry ranch water.
Way more manly and heterosexual than Bud Light.
Yeah.
I guess.
Which it was funny because they had a little poster up for it. Somebody came up behind me and was like, what is that? Is it like water that comes from a ranch? I was like, no, it's like hard seltzer pretty much.
Yeah. It's good though.
Yeah, it tastes really good.
Because like White Claws say they're flavored like something, and you get a slight hint of that flavor with just like some carbonated water taste, just a slight hint. But that stuff,
yeah, it was pretty good. It was almost like some carbonated blueberry Kool-Aid or something. Yeah, we flicked some poo.
We definitely did some flu picking. Poo flicking, not flu picking. But it was a good time. There was a lot of good times I had.
Speaking of Iggy.
Get your hands off her.
Well, I mean...
Fucking creep. Get your arm up around her.
I saw her first.
Yeah. Iggy's not only pretty, but once you get to know her, she's everything that makes most pretty girls ugly. Does that make any sense? Yeah. She has the best personality.
100%.
I think we traded techniques on eating ass at one point in time. It was a great night, man.
And then I got to meet her son because she couldn't get a hold of an Uber that night, so he basically Ubered us.
Yeah. There was a gonorrhea billboard outside Bladeshow.
There was gonorrhea alert.
Yeah. Guys, there's another serious moment. I don't want to talk about this long. There's another little piece of drama that started out kind of comical that everybody's wanting to know the answers to. Everybody. If you're in here, you probably know about it. And I'm just going to say, there's not a whole lot I can say, so I'm going to put it this way. I was up to 4 o'clock this morning researching every detail and have physical, photographic, more proof than I want. And the truth to the situation you're all wanting to know the answer to is so fucking ugly that I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to answer any questions about it. I'm just going to tell you to let it go, because if you expose it, what it is that you're wanting to expose, first of all, you're wrong. This person is not going to produce the evidence that I have seen to prove themselves right. So they're probably just going to disappear. But if they did produce that evidence, everybody involved and everybody that even wanted to know is going to be a lesser fucking human being. So I'm just saying, let it go. I'm having nothing to do with it. If you knew the truth, you'd want nothing to do with it. Let it go. That's the end of that conversation.
Thankfully, I have not a fucking clue what you're talking about.
Then you're better off if you don't know.
I feel like it.
Yeah. Oh. John, can you keep them for a moment while I grab a Gatorade?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I got to pee, so it'll be on you.
Y'all don't be messaging me asking me no details.
Message him and ask him for details.
I don't want to hear it. I'm telling you. The whole situation has me mad and sick and feeling like I need to shower. I don't want to talk about it. Y'all don't want to know about it. Even though you think you do, let it go.
Me too, P-Fly. So apparently it's not that important. It's something that needs to be let go. So I can't speak on it because I don't know what the hell's going on. Where'd you go, Kyle? And that is a good question, Steph. Are you taking notes? I don't know what you're taking notes on, but hopefully you are taking notes. There you go, Ian. One of the most epic songs of our generation or somebody's generation. Do Let It Go. They are calling it Gatorade. Speaking of fever dreams, I've had a lot of fever dreams this past week. Dude, Sunday night was rough as shit. I don't think I've ever had that high of a fever. It was weird as hell. Things got really strange. It was like I was tripping, but not in the fun way. We can hear him in the background. What are you doing, Shane? I hear your dainty footsteps in the background.
I had to pee first. Now I'm grabbing a Gatorade.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't tell us all that. Exactly. Steph is feverishly taking notes, Kyle, for your information. And I want to know what the notes are being taken on because I'm being nosy as fuck. And apparently, his kitchen is on the entire opposite side of his large mansion because it's taken him a hell of a minute. Thank you, Dr. Drew Dube. I won't bring it up again either. Oh, she don't need notes on that, Kyle. Sorry. Other people might take notes. No, Matty is totally the ass man you thought he was.
Kinda.
What?
You got VD?
Do I have VD? No. Why'd you ask me if I have VD? Weird as hell.
I was talking to my daughter to ask her if she'd let the dog in. Ask her if she had BB.
Oh.
BB, big baby.
Okay, gotcha.
I realized it was 10:30 and a full-grown muscular pit bull was outside by herself, so I was worried about her safety.
Okay, so you weren't asking your daughter if she had VD?
Yeah, I asked my daughter, do you have BB? In other words, is she in there with her?
VD.
Oh, no, not VD.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go pee now.
Oh, now John's gone. Javon, that's not going to happen, buddy. Just ain't. Nobody needs to know. We're all just going to have to be bigger people and let it go. Anyway. Yeah, my wife named that dog BB for Big Baby because he's a big, extremely muscular, athletic pit bull that's absolutely spoilt rotten. So, did you get the coin or not, Shane? I know you were trying to buy more Peter McKinnon. I didn't get any Peter McKinnon crap. None. I didn't know he had a coin. Give OCD for EGC a hard time. He got a bunch of swag from me. And you guys know as well as I do, I don't care what the dude sells. I don't have any issue with him, but I'm not paying $300 for something that would cost $100 if his name wasn't on it. I'm just not how I roll. Now, if he's made himself wealthy doing that, hey man, we all would like to get wealthy, just putting our name on something. So. Yeah, I love I've had them my whole life. And when I married my current wife 13, 14 years ago, she wasn't so sure till we got our first male. And she absolutely fell in love with him. And he was a great dog. Don't get me wrong, but he's not the dog that this one is. This one, We actually acquired BB my first Bladeshow. So year before last at Bladeshow, I'm on my way home. I'd had to put my mail to sleep a couple months prior to that, and my wife messaged me to let me know that she had gotten a dog. And in all honesty, I was mad because I felt like she had taken something from me. You know how we get? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know how else to tell the people who are involved and are so super curious. It really is nothing. If you knew the story, you wouldn't feel. Promise you wouldn't feel any better about it. Especially if I had to, which I won't. But if I had to present the proof, you would feel worse knowing it. So I just want it to go away. But anyway, I was a little mad at her because I felt like she had taken that opportunity from me. So I get home and there's this emaciated pocket pit standing in my living room. She's not as short as most pocket pits, but anyway, I wasn't impressed to say the least. But she was emaciated, so I started feeding her, not overfeeding her, just feeding her probably 125% of what she should have. Within a week, she just blew up, started stacking muscle, and is the absolute most perfect dog I've ever experienced. You hear people all the time, my dog understands every word I say. We all know that's bullshit. It's not that she understands every word I say. She understands my intentions when I say things, though. She's just perfect. So, yeah. I can probably think of about 350 million people that I'd rather do away with than that dog. So,
pocket pit is another term for keister carry.
You guys have seen her. You remember when she came on here with us that night, John?
Yeah.
Jumped up my lap.
Yeah, she's a good looking dog.
She's beautiful, man. My wife can't sleep without her now. Every now and then she sleeps with my daughter, and my wife be up all night. She's gotten so used to her being pressed against her butt cheeks and her lower back that she can't sleep without her in the bed. But she's sleeping with my daughter this weekend because my wife's in Florida. She's at the beach.
Hanging out with Dopey?
Probably.
Yeah. Dopey's a stud.
Yeah. I mean, she's open to hang out with whoever she wants to.
Oh, it's like that.
Everybody knows it's like that. We're married. I mean, we don't even share a room. I have my own room. We're best of friends. We had a really good run, and now we're just really good friends that still live together. We don't argue. We split bills. We raised a kid. Yeah.
Dopey said, she says hi, Shane.
Who was it who said that?
What?
That's exactly.
Oh, Joe?
Exactly how everybody should approach that curiosity.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying the blue Gatorade as much as I did the red.
Not so much.
Because I promise you, I wouldn't. If you've been around me long enough to know how deep I dig into things before I'm willing to die on a hill, I'm willing to die on that hill. So I appreciate that. So John, I'm not mistaken. You were a Bladeshow rarity. You came away from Bladeshow without a single blade.
Yeah, no, yeah. I didn't have a blade at all.
Yep.
I got some I had some good takeaways, but
yeah.
No,
very kind of Mr. Martin. He gave John and I both a
got the which I had to take the lanyard off. It was just too damn big.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the lanyard on mine just because of my hands.
I mean, I've still got it, but
yeah, I feel like I agree with you. It's a little wide.
Yeah.
It's not that it's too long. It's just it's a little bulky for the size of probably is.
And I carry that in my like fifth pocket, so it just slips right in there. No lanyard to get in the way and none of that shit. But I also got a Hank from Sir Forrest.
Hang on. Copperlight Steve, I don't know if you were here earlier. I ain't gonna go into all the details, but the Model 1 that Michael Martin donated that I was going to give away, nobody ever claimed it. So in this chat, it has to be now, not afterwards. Comment hashtag ABW. I'd probably do it in all caps and no caps just to make sure. And Tuesday night on Grooves Day Night Live, whether John does it or not, I'm at least going to come on and give this knife away. So you still have a chance to win one. Hang on. Yes, Maddie. I'd be glad to talk to you afterwards. I know how much you hate phone calls. And y'all grown men. I'm not telling you what to do. I just know I can't provide you with the information that I have. So, I can't prove. I can. I just won't prove anything to anybody because it's. Anyway, yeah. Well, look how many people hadn't commented it yet. I'm glad I brought it up again.
I'm glad you did too.
I'd hate for Jeremy and Evil E to miss out on a chance too. Yeah, just like that, Steve.
I'll be right
perfect.
back.
What you already did. As long as it's in a comment, you're entered. So Tuesday night, sometime after 9, sometime during Grooves Night Live. Yeah, I'll be giving it away. And the only reason I'm telling y'all to do it both ways, guys, is because I do tend to type in all caps, and I'm not sure if I know how to select whether caps matter or not. So I just do it both ways. Vince. There's one topic I can't. There's one part of that I can't say whether you are or not. But 99%, we were all wrong. So, yeah. I'll be glad to talk to you about that part later because that part won't make me feel like a lesser person for speaking of it. So.
Oh, but so my last takeaway was a painting by Mrs. Freak Show that her and Jeremy gave me.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. Good as shit. They gave that to me Friday night.
Yeah. But Maddie, to finish because I didn't read the last part, I won't be mad at anybody. I'll feel bad for anybody that was involved in it because if they knew the truth, they would feel horrible about themselves. So. Cue ball. Didn't she, though?
Yeah. Chrissy's rad as shit.
Yeah. Chrissy's an incredible human being. Just literally emits happy.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be in her presence and not feel it.
And then on top of that, she's cuddling a little Roddy pup.
Yeah.
Like, it was like hearts were just exploding up the entire time you were around her.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. Like when you're in an Instagram live stream and all the hearts keep streaming by, that's what it's like being in her presence.
Yeah.
Just love and happiness just flows by. She's awesome.
And Jeremy too. I mean,
Jeremy's a super nice guy too. But with Jeremy, it's like you have to scratch the surface a little bit. With Chrissy, you can just walk by and you're like, "What the fuck was that? Why did I feel all warm and fuzzy all of a sudden?"
That felt good. What was that?
That felt like a nice hug. Yeah, she's awesome. Maybe that's kind of part of what we were talking about with Iggy too.
No, it is.
Neither John or I, either one have been able to put our finger on it.
It's.
But I challenge you to spend 15 minutes with that woman and not walk away with a little bit of a crush.
Not a big crush. Even
something about her and the way she speaks and her personality that just makes you want to spend more time with her.
Yeah.
It makes you start considering, I'd like to spend all my time with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's awesome. I hope she gets to hear this too, because it caught me by surprise because Iggy kind of made herself out to be this old troll.
Kind of frumpy and
be around.
Yeah.
And then when everybody met her, they were just instantly in love.
Yeah.
I got some inside information. I don't think it's personal or anything, but Patina was telling me that he had a conversation with her. She had shared some pictures of her bus. Do you know she has a full custom bus that she lives in?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, he said it's beautiful inside, like custom cabinetry, and she did a school bus conversion.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, that fits her perfect though.
Yeah, it does.
It makes sense.
It does. I mean, she's just like pure happiness.
Yeah, and Iggy's going to make the sheath for my EDC paring knife. Fuck you, Steve. It's my EDC fixed blade.
With potentially some added jimping and a lanyard hole.
Yeah.
Have you messaged him about that yet?
No, and you know why I haven't.
I know.
In a joking manner. About that, but
have you talked to him at all?
Got tickled about that, because he was so adamant that I could not buy this as an EDC fixed blade. So me and John were like, you should message him asking if he can drill a lanyard hole in it and put some jimping on it.
That's a kitchen knife, damn it.
Under normal situations, he would be comically mad if I asked. But I don't know how this is going to hold up as an EDC. I mean, as far as strength, I don't have an issue with it. It is very thin. It's and it's only W2, so it's not going to be a super steel as far as edge retention. However, let me get it, because I told somebody this earlier, and I want to see how correct I'm. I don't think this is much thinner, or possibly any thinner, than my Spyderco Enough 2. So, no, I'm not batoning wood with this. I'm not trying to survive with it. But just as an EDC fixed blade, something to take out of my pocket and make cuts, I think this awesome geometry, even in W2, is going to do just fine.
I think it'll be perfect. Which W2 ain't bad. The only downside is that it corrodes.
Oh, and I'm looking forward to it. Everybody that one has already said, from using it in the kitchen, that it's already showing patina.
Oh, yeah. Patina.
I love anything with the word patina in it.
I know you do.
I just hate things with the word Pete in them, because that guy sucks. I don't even know where my Enough 2 is now.
Where you at, Shane?
I'm just standing right here by the computer, looking at my way too large knife pile, trying to figure out where my Spyderco Enough is.
Must not have been enough.
Apparently not. I don't know where it went.
Only the god of all pirate EDC and photography, Peter McKinnon, himself, who came down from on high and bestowed upon us the glory that is pirate EDC.
I will say he did smell good. I ain't taking nothing from the guy. He's apparently very hygienic and wears high-end cologne because he smelled good.
Oh, okay. So he showers and takes overhyped photos.
Right. I got something else to show too, John. You let me forget about it.
What I didn't know I was supposed to remind you about anything.
Yeah, and I have another cool story to tell.
Oh, okay.
That I've forgotten about. So here's my Enough 2. Does that not look?
I think the Enough's a little slimmer.
It might even be thinner than this.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no reason why this couldn't be justified as a.
No, I think it'll make a great EDC fixed blade.
Look at them, dude. They're not. There's really not that much difference in them. That one's got a badass choil.
We might need to talk to Steve about that.
Yeah, no shit. Come to think of it, Eric Buster might have an issue with this. Boy. Stop selling you damn paring knives as EDC fixed blades. That might be why he was so adamant about it. He's like, it's not a damn fixed blade. It's paring knife. Yeah, I still love this thing in K390, guys. This thing's badass, and it's got. I took it outside and just carved up sticks for no reason with it, with Lacey's edge on it. I did notice it lost just a tad bit of bite from carving wood with it, but still razor sharp. No issues at all there.
Vince wants you to send him a link.
Gary, if you're still in here, you may be interested in this. Gary, you still here, Last Ranger? I sent some pictures around recently I was at a family get together I was at one of my wife's family get togethers a couple weeks ago, and her mother was there and had a couple of pocket knives that she handed down to her son Corey, my brother-in-law. Corey's an awesome guy, but she handed them down, told me that they were her dad's. That she remembered him carrying one of those two pocket knives every day. He was he built houses, so he was a blue collar guy. Always had a pocket knife. What was this? If we put it in the chat, it has to be drawn live. We cannot comment on the live. Then you turn off the comments on when the live is over. I won't be able to access this live stream from the StreamYard giveaway tool and do a giveaway from it.
I mean, you might be able to do I don't know.
He might have a point. I mean, we can do it now. If you guys are willing to give us a couple of minutes to figure it out, we don't have to wait.
We don't.
Matter of fact, I've still got the giveaway tool pulled up. Let me finish my story. If you guys don't care, I'll give it away. And if somebody's already left because I told you tonight, then they still win. Anyway, so she handed down these two pocket knives to Corey from his granddad, which is cool to experience. And I got to check them out. I took a couple of pictures. I sent these pictures to RJ's Knives, trying to get some information about them. Nobody was really sure. They were both Boker USA slip joints. So while I was at Bladeshow, I went to the Boker booth, and just so happens the Boker historian was there. So this dude knows everything about every Boker knife ever been made, especially the older stuff. So I showed him the pictures, and he asked me, he said, "Tell me that story again." I said, "My mother-in-law, who's 60, claims that these were her dad's pocket knives, and she handed them down to her son." He's like, "Well, there may be something she don't know." He said, "These probably weren't just her dad's pocket knives. These were probably her granddad's pocket knives." He said, "These things are pre-World War." Apparently, the Boker tree, I don't know if everybody might know this, and I just didn't. Every 5 years or so, they change the Boker tree. It might just be one of the limbs slightly changes angle. Then the next year it might be, or 5 years later, it might be another limb that changes angles just slightly. And those changes in the limbs dictate the year. And he said that both of those were from around 1915. So that was really cool. I called her and told her that. She never met her great granddad, so she was crying. It was a beautiful moment. So, yeah. So he went from getting his granddad's knives handed down to him to quite possibly what was his great granddad's knives handed down to him. But in appreciation for me coming by and showing that guy these knives, because he asked me if she'd be interested in selling them.
They gave you an eating set, didn't they?
They gave me an eating set. So if you haven't seen the Boker eating set, I don't know what it costs. They gave me this, but it weighs nothing. It's got a compartment on each side that you can open and fill one side with salt and one side with pepper. So you've got pepper here,
it's a pepper,
and salt on this side, which is
with
pretty
the S,
cool.
with the S, right?
Yeah, with the S for salt.
Yeah. Hey,
It's got a little chamber that holds them in there, and then it's pull this out, and you've got a fork.
they're shiny. Is that mirror polish?
It is.
S30V.
Yeah, a little, just a butter knife. It's not super sharp or anything. And
what's the behind the edge thickness?
Perfect dose of a spoon. They'll hold a perfect dose of cocaine. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's probably what they intended.
You could eat a little kratom with that. That'd work good. But yeah, they just stack up together and go right back in the little salt and pepper shaker. You're ready to eat.
Have you loaded your salt and pepper yet?
I haven't.
You should.
I should.
Probably should be like part of your EDC.
Well, it's not my EDC. My bug out bag. Here a while back, I found like these travel size things of Tony Cherry seasoning. It's just a little can about that big.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen them since, but I've got one of those in my bug out bag and my food stash at my undisclosed location. You guys can laugh at me, but I've got PVC 6-inch PVC tubes. In each one, I put 50 pounds of beans and 50 pounds of rice, and a thing of Tony Chiri's seasoning in it. Sealed them shut and buried them. I'm not gonna mention how many of those there are, but one of these days, I don't have to worry about starving. Put it that way. And everybody asks me about the Tonys and the hot sauce. The hot sauce is because I don't really like beans, but the Tonys is real more for. I've actually had to go to the emergency room for heat exhaustion. I know what it's like to lose your salt. You will die without salt. So that's why that's in there, is to provide me with some salt if I'm ever in a really crappy situation.
Yeah, I like some Tony chicharrones.
Yeah. Deminot says he carries one of those Boker sets every day.
And that's what I was saying, dude. It should be your part of your EDC.
Yeah. Well, I don't really. Maybe if I was doing something different daily, it would be. But I don't really have a need for that on a daily.
But you never know.
Right.
Anything could happen.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to put that in my kit because I might need that to eat that beans and rice one of these days.
You might.
Yeah.
You should probably just put Tony's on either side instead of salt and pepper.
Yeah. If you vacuum seal some pinto beans and vacuum seal some rice, 50 pounds each, put them in a PVC tube, bury it somewhere that you feel safe, that you'll be able to find it when you need it. What's the worst that could happen? Is you
Squirrels
die?
will get it.
No. It's inside a 6-inch sleeve of PVC, dude. It's maybe 4 foot long.
Them fuckers can chew, dude.
And it's buried. But my point is, worst case scenario is that you die and it's still laying there and it goes to waste. Well, what did you really waste, dude? The price of a Saviti. But what you had in turn up until the day that you died was that added benefit of knowing that if the shit hit the fan, you could eat for 3-4 months without any gathering, fishing, anything. That's there for you in case you really need it. I wonder if I could get Peter McKenna to make me a custom leather sleeve for this and then take pictures of it and put it all over the internet. That'd look good if it wrapped in leather, wouldn't it?
Peter McKenna don't make shit, though.
Well, he could pay a Chinese guy to make it and then sell it to me for $500.
So basically, you could design it and have him put his little cartoon skull and crossbones on it, and
what we ought to do, really?
Life.
The biggest thing we could ever do to him, Patina, is just take his logo and use it without permission on everything. Just put it on everything.
But then that hurts you.
Not to sell, because that's illegal.
Well, yeah.
Talking about our personal shit. Oh my God, Patina, you could start a whole Instagram page of taking pictures of really shitty things, putting his label on it. Like homeless encampments. God, dude, you're so missing an opportunity with that.
Some roadkill photos.
Yeah, you can forward it to me. I'll take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's already got you blocked like a bitch, but you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to wear that bitch label with pride.
Yeah. Patina's pirate life. Patina, that's what y'all are missing. Patina was living the pirate life before Pete made it cool and profitable.
Yeah, Patina had scurvy years ago.
How do you explain the Wang and Pedro tombstones in the backyard? Did I miss something? Wang and Pedro tombstones.
I don't know. I missed it too.
What was funny is you guys have no idea how many people I ask if the little Mexican in the thumbnail, if that was going too far. And my favorite answer was, he's only half Mexican, so it's okay.
That was me. And what I said was, I didn't say it's okay. I said that makes it a caricature.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. I couldn't write you a check and pay you for the amount of fun I've had over the past couple of days with that dude. And what I love is anytime I come up with a stupid idea and I need some stupid art made and I don't even want it to be like believable. I want it to look like a middle school girl made it. The sentient is always there for me, dude. He always, I got you, bro. I got you.
There's that meathead.
What's meathead? He's just a paragraph. Dude, y'all hit me with a bunch of shit. I don't know what y'all talking about. What? Who's just a paragraph?
Y'all being vague and damn esocentric or some shit. Just throwing Shane all off.
There we go. Bring in the focus.
There you go. We got to see them nipples in clear freaking HD, man.
Smartest people in America. I'm telling you, I watched a new YouTube news thing about how Huntsville was the smartest city in America.
He's not a full essay.
He's just a paragraph. Oh shit, that's cool. You got me, man, because I didn't have a clue what you was talking about. He's just a paragraph. The sentence, you're dead to me. Oh, dude, he was dying. You remember reading some of the shit the sentence said? He was having as much fun as I was, Chris. But you should feel good to know that you created that much happiness in a couple of people's lives. Let's see what he said. Dude, I'm busted when he saw it on Instagram. If you had ignored it, it honest to God would have hurt my feelings. But when I got that first, as soon as I heard my dumb ass, I couldn't make it fit in the thumbnail. So John had to do it. And when he posted it, literally 5 minutes later, I heard my phone go ding, ding. I knew who it was. And when I opened it, it was the most perfect thing ever. I opened it right off the bat and said, God damn it, Shane. If you had ignored that, Patina, it would have crushed me, dude. Crushed me. Oh, man.
So, you know what to do in the future, Cletus.
Yeah.
Just ignore it.
I'll have to mix it up next time. Yeah. I can tell you this: if he ignores it, we're gonna pour fuel on that fire.
Some people have beautiful nipples. Shane is not one of them.
Oh God, that's hurtful, dude.
Well, I mean, just tough love, stating the truth.
But you have no idea how many versions of that picture were. Pete went in the picture to begin with. I was like, oh no, you have to put Pete on top of the boat looking down at Patina.
Pete in his pirate clothes.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. There's one thing living the pirate life, and then there's another thing walking around in pirate clothes.
Right.
I mean, anybody can play dress up.
Far. We're going to put fuel on that far. How do you say it? Fuego?
Oh, God. Something's wrong with you. You are so messed up, dude.
The one Spanish word I know.
Oh.
The only one that's not on a Taco Bell drive-through sign. And it just came to me. It was like, Fuego, Shane, Fuego.
He's dead to me too, Cletus. I swear to God. He knows no shame.
Oh, 1 for Shane, 0 for the pirate.
Never got past Spanish 1.
I got kicked out of Spanish 1.
For what?
You're buffering, John, so I'm probably fitting to cut out.
Yeah, you cut out. That's a sexy go away face, though. We love that. Oh, God, you're beautiful, man. No, he never got Spanish. He never got past freaking Spanish 0.5.
God, I'm back.
Oh, God damn it.
You guys are never going to believe this. I'm sure going to catch some shit about it. But in high school, because of my testing, they signed me up for an advanced diploma.
They put you in Russia? The Russia?
No, okay. I did not take Russian.
This is not the machine?
Not the machine. But I was very smart in school. And even though I taught like a hick, I also I qualified for the nuclear program in the Navy, but I didn't want to be on a submarine. But anyway, so I've taken 3 years of advanced English, math, sciences, everything. This is kind of a whole nother story, but I was on my path to being valedictorian. And
what? I'm sorry.
yeah, the guy that beat me is a bigger hick than I am. I could have him on here one night if you want.
I would love that.
Both very smart. But he was level smarter than me. But yeah, I mean, literally, dude, up to my junior year, I had above 100 averages in every class because I did the extra work at about 104s, 105s every class. So, but I had to work my tail off to do it. Where Steve didn't have to do it; just came natural. He just knew everything. But anyway, my guidance counselor comes to me and says, "Hey, you can't get this advanced diploma without 2 years of foreign language." I'd been avoiding it. I'm like, all right, fine. And the only choices were French and Spanish. Well, there ain't no French people picking tomatoes here in Alabama, so I wasn't taking French. The only one's going to do me any good was Spanish. I highly recommend everybody take Spanish at this point. So I signed up for Spanish. The Spanish teacher was this hot little Spanish lady from, she was from Venezuela. And hot, but like in her 40s. So anyway, but she was an absolute bitch, dude. She hated my redneck ass with a passion. We did not get along. And I thought it would be funny to learn some, like everybody does when they start Spanish. I thought it would be funny to learn some Spanish cuss words and just drop them casually in the middle of a conversation. And she threw me out of her class because of it. Well, not only she threw me out of her class, she told the principal that I could never come back. So then I had to have a sit down with my guidance counselor, and she was like, "Shane, you can't get an advanced diploma because she's not going to let you come back. So there's no point in you taking all these advanced classes." So my senior year, I signed up for what in Alabama we call the box. That means you're an 18-year-old, nearly full-grown man, and your math class consists of what's 7 plus 3. I'm talking about remedial classes. And so I skated my entire senior year, dude. I mean, I had to do nothing because these classes were so easy. But yeah, that's my history with.
Which, if you think about it, it's really not that exciting of a story or confusing either, because
other than me being intelligent,
you cuss it. Well, that's pretty interesting, yeah, and surprising.
Yeah.
But you cuss at any teacher, they're probably going to kick you out of their class.
Right.
That's kind of what happens.
Well, I was a little bit of a rebel, but yeah, I got caught in my senior year to let me know that I'd made seniors top. I ended up number 4 in my class, and they called me in. Me and my guidance counselor got along great. She was the one that recommended the box classes. She's like, "You can take these classes, pass them with your eyes shut, and just have a really easy senior year." Because she knew I was going in the military anyway, so it didn't matter. So she called me back in there, and she's like, "You made seniors top 10, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I assumed." She's like, "But they're not going to give you credit for it. You're not going to be in the yearbook." She's like, "You're on the paper, you're on the list, but they're not going to credit you for it at graduation, yearbook, anything." And I was like, "Well, why the hell not?" She's like, "Because you've missed 76 days of school." She's like, they came to me and were like, "This guy skipped school 76 times, and we feel like it would be a black eye on the seniors top 10 to allow him to be on it." So I didn't get on it. I had chicks to chase, dude. I didn't have time for school.
Oh, I mean, of course.
All the good-looking chicks went to the school across town, so I was in their parking lot every day instead of at my school. And I was taking remedial classes. They were so easy that I didn't even need to be there to pass them.
It took away your chance to be valedictorian.
I'm telling you, dude, like the final for the end of the year in that math class was like double-digit addition and subtraction.
Did you pass?
There was some division in there, but there were no decimals. Like it was all even number division, like 12 divided by 4.
There's probably no letters either, was there?
No, there was no algebra. I'd already took algebra 1 and algebra 2. This went back to first grade, the absolute bare bones of math and English and stuff that you could do. And that's what I took my senior year. So I just skated right through it. That guidance counselor, by the way, was also the mother of Brett Smith, aka B. Tyler Tattooer on Instagram, who was my roommate that I lived and worked with at Old School Inc. That child was 5 years old when I graduated. Had no idea we would end up being running buddies and best friends 17, 18 years later. And she'll tell you I was one of the smartest kids ever come through that school.
I'm sure she will.
I just talk and act like an idiot. Ask old meathead how much useless fucking knowledge I've got.
Well, he said 2 + 2 = 22. So
meathead ain't real bright. He's like a fucking government mule, though. That will work. I'm telling you, if I was going to open a plant, like a production plant, a fabricating shop, I'd hire 50 of meathead. Because 2 reasons. One, I know he's going to get the work done at all cost. And 2, I know that's the reason not to hire. The reason not to hire is I wouldn't be able to afford the workman's comp because he's going to fucking hurt somebody every day. Yeah. Yeah.
He had so much potential.
Meathead does not, what's the word I'm looking for? He does not create a safe workspace. I'll put it that way. That motherfucker's going to blow up, burn, or break something every day. Yeah. He built me an unbreakable hammer. I'll never forget it. I kept breaking hammers. He built me this. It had a damn like a 1-inch solid stainless steel handle, and the head. I can't even remember. It was obnoxious. And told me, he's like, "Bet you can't break that, big boy." About 3 weeks later, I seen a picture of it with a nail in it. I took a damn Hilti nail gun and shot a nail in the side of it. And broke. I think he was mad at me for about a month. I think because I figured out a way to fuck that hammer up.
Leland Phil, comment #ABW and have a chance to win a knife.
Yeah, Leland. You too, meathead. Since you're here, just hit #ABW. I would probably do it both lowercase and uppercase just to make sure. Well, it's not this one. This one's mine. I'm sorry. Because the knife I was going to give away at Bladeshow, that didn't work out like I thought. So I'm giving this away. Oh, shit. I got to talking. Forgot I was going to do it now, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's not too late. We're at 2 hours. All right, guys. Let me pull this tab up. I'm not going to be able to see you guys. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to make this work. If not, I may need... Who's in here that would know how? Stevie still here?
I don't know. I damn sure don't know because I haven't done it before. I mean, I'm sure we can figure it out.
All right, I'm in the giveaway tool. It says team. I don't know what team means. So I just clicked my team.
Team's a group of people that...
I know what team means. I don't know what it means on here. It's weird, man. It's like it's not connecting, like it's not recognizing my StreamYard. Does that make any sense?
Kinda. What's up, Chris?
All right, let me try to put my channel name in, see if it... Okay, the only options it's giving me is my team. Then it says choose a broadcast. But I can't type anything in that box. There's just a gray box below it that says choose a broadcast, but it's like there's none to choose from. John, can you try?
Yeah, I'm headed there now.
I'd love to give it away tonight. That'd be even better. See, PM, I don't know if you were here earlier. There is an issue with the lock bar geometry on the Model 2. He already knows it. He's more than willing to fix it. So if you think about the fact that the Model 1 went all the way to version 6, I'm not trying to talk anybody out of buying anything because he will make it right or give you your money back if you're not happy. But that kind of tells you that there's a little bit of a process to him getting things perfect. I don't have an issue with that. I'll buy from him anyway. Maddie's saying do broadcast. Don't worry about the team option. Do broadcast. I want to go back there just to see. Yeah, there's no broadcast option, Maddie. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, here we go. Choose a broadcast. Edgy Live. Boom. Match text.
Hashtag ABW.
Hashtag ABW.
Now, out of curiosity, does it specify whether it's case sensitive?
Nope, it doesn't. Any user who comments includes this, which I think, as long, I mean, everybody do it both ways. Start collecting comments.
Should filter duplicates.
Yeah, it does that on its own. It says there's only 8 entries, so apparently. All right, everybody comment lowercase hashtag ABW. Right, meow.
Is it possible that people are here on your channel instead of mine?
No, okay. It's not broadcasting on my channel, just on yours.
Because I know Stevie was having an issue the other night that Maddie had to tell him what to do. He wasn't selecting the live stream.
Well, I selected live stream. We're up to 37 now. 42. 45.
Katina, did you enter it again? I don't want anybody to miss out, man. It'd be awesome just to be able to do it tonight. EBW for Crispy. That's very kind of you, Vince.
47.
And Vince, if you ever need any help with a donation for a charity raffle, I mean, I wouldn't want to call them like next week since you just gave me one, but in the future, let me know, and I may be able to get you something for a charity raffle, so you don't have to buy it.
All right, I'm gonna share it.
I hate you. I hate you, Patina Turner. Not really.
All right. We're at 52 now.
There's 85 in here, though. Surely to God, everybody's done it. I just don't want. I don't want to take any chances of.
Thank you, Dopey. All right.
Mighty kind of you, Meathead. Vince gathers a lot of high-end knives, sometimes up to $1,000 knives, and a lot of times he purchases those with his own money, and he does raffles on them for like veteran charities, and he highly researches them to make sure that they're doing good work. And he doesn't even take his cost of the knife back out, dude. He gives 100% of those proceeds. So literally, Vince is spending money out of his pocket, and he's a disabled vet, by the way. So he's spending money out of his pocket to raise money for these charities. So I'm all about Vince's charities. And you can win, for sometimes a $10 donation, you could win $1,000 knife. That's not making any sense, dude. Why is it only at 48?
I don't know. It was at 52.
And there's 88 people in here. Are there really people that just aren't entering? I guess that's possible.
Can you take away an entry? Because it was at 52. Now it's at 48.
Dude, as bad as I hate to do this, you think we should change the word? Just to make sure?
I don't think shit.
I don't want anybody to feel like they entered and it didn't work.
All right, now we're at 50, 51.
So it's apparently calculate them. Maybe some people are listening and can't enter. I didn't think about that. Up to 54. We'll give it another.
You shut your filthy whore mouth, Maddie.
Maddie, nobody needs you in here spreading negativity in our community.
I ain't lying. Marty sucks.
And maybe since you're in here, so I don't have to text it to you. I'm losing a little sleep over that message you sent me. So you're going to have to get in touch with me, brother. You got me a little worried.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. I just know Meathead's got a, I don't know, something he's dealing with. I don't know what it is. And that's my brother, and I love him. So if it's just a curiosity thing and I don't need to know, just let me know. But I got to know my boy's okay. Don't click back. Just
I mean, I've been letting it go since Maddie said that a minute ago. I think we're up to 56. Eli don't want none of this, Winnie. I'll cold break him down. And there won't be no lizards involved. We'll do it old school.
Thank you, Gonorrhea, but you're pulling for a losing team there, buddy.
What happened?
He donated $5 to Team Eli.
Yeah, well.
Man, I might need some assistance for this. I got a 7-year-old kid that's going to martial arts training just to prepare to whip my ass one day. So all over a stupid lizard. Yeah, maybe so. All right. When it hits 11:17, I'm going to tell you to roll it. So
all right. You say go and I'll go.
All right, go.
I swear to God, if Maddie wins, I'm going to be so pissed. Whoa. Hell yeah.
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that too. Winchester, you know how to get in touch with me, buddy. Hook me up. That bad boy's your, and this one did come sharpened, so it's not like mine. So yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome to see a true knife community OG, a guy who was veteran in this community before I even discovered it. So yes, sir.
Yeah, 100%. Congratulations, Winnie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna get back with him though, see if I can't get a couple more of those pry bars for giveaways.
Yeah, they're good, dude, and I'm 99% sure it's titanium.
Yeah, they ain't got no silly pirate shit on it or none of that.
Yeah, no. Wish it did have a little cartoon skull and crossbones. Might make it better.
Yeah,
make it more elusive.
Winchester, this ain't got a factory edge on it. I'm not saying it's not sharp, but I know from the experience of mine, it can be much, much sharper because this is high HRC Magna Cut. It might take a day or so longer to get it to you, but if you'd like for me to really make that some bit sharp, I'd be glad to do that. It may postpone shipping a day or so, but let me know. I just know how sharp they can be. My Model 1, I sharpened months ago, and it's still scary. Like, it's dangerous to check the edge on that thing. And this one's not quite that sharp. So if you'd rather have it even more sharp, let me know. And I appreciate you joining. I'm sorry I didn't have one to give to everybody. You guys know how much I love spreading the news of what a great knife, great company, and great maker ABW is.
And he loves giving shit to people, so.
I wouldn't say that to Ant. Ant's probably got just a little bit of hard feelings towards me, actually. I'm surprised he comes around.
Did you fuck him over?
I didn't fuck. Well, I guess some people could consider it I did, but
So you fucked him over?
Basically, yeah, I really did. I owe him an apology. I gave him my BioLite camp stove. He even offered to pay the shipping. and I forgot about it, and then realized I couldn't find the charge cord for it, and that made me put it off anymore. And anyway, I still have it. Aunt messaged me, man. If you still want that thing, I'll still ship it to you. I did find the cord eventually, so I'm pretty sure. But it's just a USB to USB. If you still want it, man, I even charged it up for you and everything. I just I dropped the ball big time on that. I apologize.
We should actually do a live stream of you packaging it up and
it is
addressing
a package.
it.
I don't know how much they're going to. I don't care though. I don't care how much to charge. I just hate to know that useful tool is sitting here wasting. I'll never use it.
Yeah, send the man that thing.
Yeah,
he'll love it.
Honestly, I only remembered once I seen his face on screen that I told him, dude, that's been months ago, John. I pulled a sure enough slicey dicey on that one. Not on purpose, but yeah.
It happens.
I still owe budget guy for knife and tool that stupid horns. I've been to the post office since then. It's almost like I need an outgoing shelf so that I have a place that for things that I know need to be shipped, because for some reason I'll just get items that I just can't remember to do it.
Well, maybe we should get you some organizational shit going on.
Yeah. New phrase, Shane sharpens. I sharpen for myself. Me and Kyle have talked about that. The reason I don't sharpen for other people is I use the Veneve stones, and I'm too lazy to tape the blade up. And about one out of every three times, about one out of every three sharpenings, I end up with where the diamond slurry, because I use soapy water, will put little micro curly Q scratches behind the edge, and that's not professional. So I don't do it for other people. I don't care about those scratches, but some people would. So I don't sharpen for other people.
Yeah, Meathead just proved you wrong. You said he wasn't bright, and he had the best suggestion of all. Sticky fucking notes, dude.
Yeah.
On everything.
It's weird. Have you ever had that happen though? Where
all the time.
But there's that one item that you just have this mental block about. You don't know why. You get back from the post office. Like, fuck.
Yep.
I do
all the damn time.
And I've got it laying right there on the edge of my. Dude, literally every time I walk past that table, I see that Orange Warrior laying there. Knowing I got to send it to budget. I walked right by it the last time I walked out of here to go to the post office.
So you're saying every time you leave your house, you look over and see a hard warrior?
Orange Warrior.
Oh, okay. I'm just starting to wonder what was going on over there in Shane Land.
The Orange Warrior was a great budget. It
is. Good knife.
Yeah. Yeah. Dopey, plug that fucker in, dude. What's wrong with you? Yeah. What's my email, Maddie? Hang on, I'll type it down here. Shut up, Patina. Click, 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 click. That guy sometimes.
He's a hunting pecker, guys.
Yeah, I'm a hunting pecker. So there you go. I forgot about that, dude. Too. Michael had told me that he was bringing some fixed blades to Bladeshow. But he did say if he had a crunch for time, he was going to finish the folders first. But he's got a small EDC fixed blade he's about to release. But they weren't at Bladeshow. It just looks like a fixed blade version of the Model 1. The regular drop point. That's the same size, just in a fixie.
Should I be down to get one?
Who wins a Kubi? Who's Joanne talking to?
I don't know. All right, Joe Isabella.
Congratulations, whoever won a Kubi. I'm excited about that, man. I'm excited to get that out to Winchester. That's cool.
Hell yeah. And he's sexy.
And for those of you who don't know, when that whole debacle came down, I was 100% Team Winchester.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the most embarrassing nights I've ever spent watching YouTube.
Yeah. There's been a couple of them, but that was probably the most.
I harbor no hard feelings. I don't dislike
No.
anybody because of it. That was embarrassingly beta.
Yeah. And you can't help but side with Winchester on that one.
Right. It'd be different had Winchester been this bright, shiny, sweet guy all the time and then said something mean.
But he's always an asshole.
Right. Winchester's always an asshole, and that's why we love him. You expect a smart ass comment from Winchester. Well, actually, you expect every comment to be smart ass from Winchester.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you do get a nice one, it's a shot. Oh man, Twang Thing, I hate that, buddy. But I haven't been to my analytics to look. But Twang Thing, you probably are the number one supporter of this live stream with your gifting memberships, and it does not go unnoticed. I do very much appreciate it. I'm gonna make it up to you soon. I'm gonna hook you up. I just got to figure out with what, because what are we signing Winchester for? For being Winchester.
Yeah.
That's all.
For winning.
Yeah. Just being Winchester, man. He's always been a good friend to everybody, and somebody made him out to be this mean monster one night and got their feelings super hurt, and it was just embarrassing. But, yeah. Well, I mean, that's all it is, Matty. You want me to say the guy's name so there's record of it, and then he hates me and everybody in here from here on out? It's not that big a deal. It was just he exposed somebody for being super, super soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shut up, Maddie. Yeah. We got your back, Winnie.
Did Steph only commented once, didn't she? She's not in here anymore?
No, a couple times.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, why?
I was just going to thank her for hanging out. It's one thing when knife guys can come in here and hang out. But when somebody is smart and artsy and probably way more polished than the rest of this crew is.
Way more polished.
Spends a little time hanging out with us bunch of assholes. That's pretty impressive.
It is. It's very flattering.
Yeah. Oh, okay, man.
I almost feel like it's kind of a charity type thing, but we still appreciate it.
Hashtag slumming.
Yeah.
Slumming ass pretzel. Oh, wait. Dopey was softer than that, honestly. Dopey took my soft hinder shit and ran with it hardcore. Nothing wrong with that, but
no.
I'll say it again. It's not that it's super soft. It's just industry standard. And for that much money, and as easy as it would be to make it better, I think you should.
Yeah. What he's saying is it's softer than it should be, and you shouldn't have to pay for.
Right. I don't have a problem with S35 performance out of S35 or even M390 at $150. You knew what you were getting. But at $450, M390, 20 CV, Magna Cut, any of those should be upper echelon, extreme performance, edge retention, and cutting performance.
Well, good night, Cue Ball.
Cue Ball, I appreciate you hanging out, buddy.
Hell yeah. I still got the damn crud too, man. It's a lingerer.
I wonder if we got it from Vince. Because remember, Vince was sick before he got there, then sick after.
It might. I think Vince is still sick, actually. Yeah. I think he
was supposed to do a couple of lives and didn't.
He might have gave us the HIV. We did mouth kiss a couple times.
I ate breakfast with Vince and Dopey and Ethan Monday morning. And boy, you talk about out of place, man. Ethan took us to this damn little hipster bean sprout, $12 coffee joint in the burbs of Atlanta to eat breakfast. I got a bacon, egg, and cheese on toast. It was $12.
Sweet.
Yeah. I was hoping we were going to this place you guys were talking about with the big, beautiful Southern breakfast for not a whole lot of money. And
Ethan the one we went to Friday night or Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Damn, Friday night.
Ethan took us this down gluten-free, fucking all natural, no preservatives.
Yeah, we went to Marietta Local I think, Saturday morning. And oh, dude, $7. I mean, it's $7 for a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, but the biscuit's like that fucking big, dude.
Cat head
It's
biscuit.
huge.
That's what they used to call them down here. Anything over, you had drop biscuits, which were a tablespoon of dough you just dropped on the pan so they spread out.
Yeah.
Came out about that big around. And then your mama made them cat head biscuits.
Yeah.
As big as a cat's head. Yeah.
So damn good.
That hold one whole large egg scrambled you could fit on a cat head biscuit.
And then we went to
that's why Southerners are fat.
Atlanta Metro Diner Saturday morning. Had a good, like you get 2 eggs, a meat and your veg, like grits or hash browns. That shit was good as hell too.
Yeah. Well, that actually feels kind of good, dude. I got that off my plate. I ain't got to think about it or stress about it no more. It's Winchester's knife now. Going to a good place.
It is. He might stick it down his pants every once in a while too.
I don't care.
Well, I mean, I hope he does.
Yeah, I'll send him mine. Let him stick it down his pants if he wants to. He'd be completely safe doing so, though.
Oh yeah, no edge.
It's almost fun.
Ian's got a point though. You still got to ship it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ship it. I almost want to leave it like that and hand it to people just to see their frustration. I won't cut anything.
Pitt's got. Dude, we went to that breakfast Saturday morning. I got hash browns with mine, and Ian got grits. And like we got our food, and he's kind of nudged me. I looked over, and he's like, "I know what yours is. Mine's is grits. I don't know what is a grit." And I was like, "Just put some butter and salt and pepper on it and eat it." Ethan. And he mixed the butter and salt and pepper in. He's like, "No, I still don't like it."
Yeah. Dude, eating with Ethan was hilarious. When we went to Fogo de Chao, they kept cutting that meat off on his plate. And literally, dude, he would sit there with his fork and he would poke at it. Then he'd flip it over, spin it around. And he inspected every side of it. Finally, he'd stick his fork in it, hold it his face, sniff it, lean back and look at it, touch his tongue to it. Finally put it in his, and you can see his eyes moving like,
do I like this? Do I not like this?
And then finally it would kick in. This is okay. So he'd chew it up and swallow it. Next bite, because it's a different meat, you know.
Yeah.
Next bite, the same thing. Every time he tasted something new, it was like watching a 4-year-old. He does remind you, some of his personality reminds you of a small child, and that's what makes it beautiful. But yet he has an SPK Lamia that says "Get fucked."
Get fucked.
That picture of Brian Kim holding that knife up. It's classic. Oh, and let me tell y'all, one of the best pictures I got, many of you saw it on Instagram. The picture doesn't really do it justice. You had to understand the entire situation. But Saturday night at the pit, John and I rode there with Super Still Steve. But John wasn't coming. No, you weren't coming back to our house Saturday night.
No.
So how did you get home? Did
Iggy and her son drove me back to the Airbnb.
You ride with Iggy?
Yeah.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I saw her first.
So I was stuck there for about another hour and a half. And there's literally, this is late. So there's probably only 30 people left in the pit. Drunk guy that lost his cell phone was one of them. The
Which
rest
is also
of the
arm
time,
wrestling dude.
I was watching Steve Kalari. These are 2 young men. Oh yeah, these are 2 young men over here that work for Rick Hender. For 2 hours, Steve stood there schooling Rick Hender employees. At one point in time, there were 4 of them, schooling them on heat treat. And the entire time, I'm dying on the inside watching this happen.
Yes, you did, Kyle.
And then towards the end of the night, Rick is ready to leave. So he walks over there to see what his employees are doing. And at this point, there's like 4 or 5 RHK employees. They got on their shirts, everything. And Rick walks up and stops. And I'm staring at him, dude. I'm watching every bit of it. Rick walks up and stops and listens for a minute and realizes what he's telling these boys and just rolls his eyes and walks out the fucking building. But I do have a confession to make before this blows up in my face. I ate breakfast with Rick Hinder Friday morning. Didn't have a breakfast date or anything. I went down to the pit. They had a breakfast buffet set up. First of all, don't do that because it's $28. It's good, but it's not $28 good. That's without the drink. $28, by the way. I think it was $35 total. Tip and all, I spent $40 on breakfast. But when I sat down, Rick Hinder happened to sit down at the table next to me. Just happened to have my XM18 on me, so I had a casual, friendly conversation with Rick Hinder. I didn't bring up his heat treat, none of that shit. So I know you guys are probably disappointed in that, but you know, it's Blade Show. I didn't want to start the guy's Blade Show off on a bad note. So before you hear it from somebody else, yes, I had a friendly breakfast with Rick Hinder. And then just a little while after that, I went up the stairs and I met Ian Coates. And for those of you who haven't met Ian Coates,
that's a special meeting.
It's surprising.
Yeah, very surprising.
Ian is a very loving, very sweet guy.
Yeah.
But he's also, is he taller than me?
He's close to it. He's a tall motherfucker.
He's either as tall or taller than me. He's not fat, but he's a big dude. But he is literally fucking 12 years old.
Yeah, he's the greatest dude ever.
I don't mean that in a negative way. He's like a 12-year-old child. Just his level of excitement and how happy he is to see you, dude. You can't not love him when you meet him. It was great.
Yeah, he was. I've got to say he was my biggest surprise meeting.
Yeah,
because it just wasn't what I expected.
Right? Because we talk about that all the time. Like, I met so at Blade Show, and they were exactly who I thought they were.
Yeah,
Ian Coates was not. Ian Coates is better than you think he is.
Oh yeah, much better.
Just like when he stands up, you know how like a 5-year-old is just bouncing in their shoes, waiting on the next exciting thing. That's Ian, just constant, dude.
Yeah.
And it was great. Like, I'm not a fan of Everyday Minimalist, but watching Ian get to meet those guys as much as he idolizes them, it was beautiful. And what are we talking about now? Shane, it's like I don't even know you anymore. Canadian Pirates and jockeys, Rick Hinder. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah. No, Ian, he didn't hump my leg. But,
Shane might have humped Ian's leg, but
yeah, he may have been close to. I mean, he like I said, that dude, he was excited standing in line. I also owe him because I may have broke line because after meeting Ian and talking to him, he was pretty close to the front line, so I just kind of hung out and acted like I did the whole time. So he did help me get in the doors a lot quicker. Let's talk about that too. All these guys that buy these early access passes and all that. Let me tell you something. If you're not there to buy a Conegarius or you're not there to buy an Oz Roosevelt, something like that, all that shit's a waste of your time. And standing in line is an even bigger waste of your time.
Yeah.
If you literally if they say the doors are going to open at 11, if you show up at 11:15, you can walk out of your car directly into the floor.
Yep.
Nonstop.
And you ain't missing shit.
You ain't missing nothing. And there's literally guys that have been standing in that line since 6 o'clock in the morning that got in 3 minutes ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like I said, unless you're just one of those people. Because somebody was in the chat last night talking about they'd love to go, but they hate standing in lines. That's why they didn't go. They refuse to stand in line. Standing in line is not necessary.
No.
Standing in line at booths is not necessary. There'll be a couple of moments when people are doing giveaways. It'll get a little crowded around a booth, but for the most part, the way they're set up, you can walk up to almost any booth. If you want to speak to somebody, it might be a couple of minutes, but I've never had any issues with waiting. So don't listen to that if you're thinking about going in the lines. Like Ben Banner's video, he kind of walked the line when it was outside early in the morning. None of that shit's necessary.
No. That's I mean, it's a thing. It happens, but you don't have to put up with it if you don't put up with it, you're not going to miss out on anything.
And you get to meet some great people standing in line. And if you're a people person, the line's great. Is it worth getting close in line for the front of the regular access? No. And how long does it take to get in for regular? Like I'm saying, if the doors open at 11,
if
you're in line at 11,
you're going to wait 15 minutes. If you get in line at 11:15, you're going to walk right in.
Or 11:05 in all honesty.
Yeah.
Like what I did, I walked the lobby just meeting people while all these people were waiting in line. Now I did jump in with Ian, but had I not have, I could have walked around for another 2 or 3 because the line literally disappears. And once it starts moving, it's gone in a couple of minutes. It just disappears. There's not like they're stopping and checking. You just hold your wristband up. You never even have to slow down.
And standing in line does not benefit you anything.
No, unless you go to the small room and you have to slow down and fist bump. That black
dude, yeah.
That dude, I guarantee you did 50,000 fist bumps this weekend.
Yeah, he did.
Because he don't just get you once. Every time you come in, he's going to fist bump you until you have a great day.
Yep. Have a good one. Have a great one. Have a good one.
Yeah, none of that waiting. Like I said, unless you've got to get there to run straight to Coney to get some special knife, then no, waiting in line is not even an option.
No.
You can muster around in the lobby. You'll see the line, and then when they open the door, the line will go, it's gone, and you can just walk in right behind them 3 minutes later.
There is, because there's multiple entrances into the actual Galleria, and then you've got 2 different convention rooms that are Bladeshow. So,
and if you stand in the long line, that's what's funny. If you stand in the really long line that starts outside, you're going to end up in the small room.
Yeah.
You might not know it.
Yeah.
You might not even know there's a big room yet.
That was my first year.
Like the line at the front door is massive, but there are other entrances where the line might only be 75 feet long.
Or depending on where you park, you can come in on the other side at the pit and then just walk through.
Right.
So, I mean, there's just a multitude of ways to get inside that building.
One hint, there are multiple doors in each room. There's only one entrance to each room.
Yeah.
Like Dopey just said, if you catch somebody coming out one of those side doors and try to pop in, you're going to get your feelings hurt.
Yep.
The security, that's the only thing security's there for, just to make sure you don't go in those side doors.
Yep. You can come out them all day long, but you ain't going in them. You got one
once
entrance
you figure out where they are, you can save a lot of time.
Yeah.
You can come out of the main room and be a lot closer to the side room than you were if you'd went out the main entrance. Yeah. Did you notice, though, there's no security watching the side doors in the small room? You can go in and out of those. If somebody's coming out, you can go in. Nobody's saying. But for the main room, you can't.
Oh, yeah. No.
Keep in mind, they do that because Rick Hender and Benchmade, that's left and right of the front of the entrance, they pay extra money to be the first booth you access.
Yeah.
So if they were to let you go in on the other end of the room in one of the exit-only doors, well, now you didn't have to walk past Hender or Benchmade to get in. You might pop up right there at TRM. They didn't pay for that exposure, so that's why it's like that. Yeah.
Did you guys see Melissa Miller? I did not.
Melissa Miller. I'm not sure I know who she is, Winchester, so I could have. That's not.
I saw Staccato Pam.
Yeah, I saw Staccato Pam. I saw Iggy.
Mm-hmm. I saw Iggy.
I did too. Yeah. Great hugger. Pam's a great hugger too. What we mean by great huggers, guys? Like when I hug Molly, I lean in. You know, our shoulders touch each other. I pat her on the back. We back up. That's not how Iggy or Staccato Pam hug.
No, like they hold you and don't let you go.
Yeah, you get in there.
Yeah.
Is this Melissa Backwoods? She's not the chick that was on Naked and Afraid, is she?
I don't know, because we saw that girl.
Attractive blonde-headed chick, just one Naked and Afraid like 3 or 4 times. Because I did see her.
And we did both go to the Medford booth because, I think didn't you go?
Yeah.
Because I was there for the giveaway.
Because that gigantic black guy won the giveaway.
Yeah, he won that damn slim midi.
Yeah. And it was cool because you could tell he wasn't a Medford fan originally because his buddies were all telling him, I told you, man, I told you it'd be worth it to come over here. He's like, he didn't want to go. And he wanted anyway. Yeah. I did feel a little bit special when Lindsay remembered my name. That was a pretty special moment.
That was.
I wasn't even on the floor. I was out in the lobby, and she walked by, and she saw my shoulder sling with my. Have I shown that yet?
No, not on
Cole
this
already
one.
did. He kind of blew it, but it's not that
Yeah.
cool with Cole carrying it. Let me get it.
No.
She saw my patch and she was like,
Tina
"Oh my!"
said that's the one. I'm guessing he's saying that
Yeah,
Melissa was the
she's
one we
all
saw in the
her
pit.
husband's awesome too. They're both.
Yeah.
Awesome. He owns Dark Timber Customs. Awesome people, man. Super friendly. Yeah, I got a full body, full press hug from her too. She's
Way
pretty
shorter
hot.
than I expected.
She is short, but very cool and even hotter in real life. Yeah, remember on Naked and Afraid, she got no makeup on. She gains weight before she goes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let me get my patch. Oh shit, John, it's in the truck. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's not.
Whoop.
It's not. It's right here. So I stopped and bought this patch. And what was the name of that place, John?
Damn. Clanging thing or clanging something.
Yeah. He had a bunch of really cool patches. And then he had some in a black book that were closed that said mature content. So I got me a patch for my bag. And when Lindsay, if you don't know who Lindsay is, she's the attractive, very athletic looking blonde that works at Medford Knife and Tool. So I'm sitting there with it on my chest. She walks by and she stops. She went, "Shane, where did you get that patch?" And I told her. She literally turned around and ran back to the small room to go get her show me that butthole patch.
Kyle said, "I don't sell patches," but it's like, what the fuck is it? Clanging thing or clanging something?
He was a super cool dude.
Thrash and Clang, or Thrash and Clang, something like that.
He had like a lot of, he had buttons and beads and patches and just cool shit. I think that was like $6, something like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I also bought Stevie his Tickle My Pickle patch. I was so excited about that, dude. I walked outside and Doom walked up and said, "Let me show you what I got, Stevie." And he showed it to me. I was like, "You motherfucker." But he was so excited. I let him. I was like, "All right, dude, you give him yours first, and then we'll explain that on separate occasions we both bought him one, just to let him know we were thinking about him." Yeah, I bought that and the Tickle My Pickle. That's actually why we stopped. You stopped me to show me the.
Yeah, I was like, "Look at that shit." And
yeah.
And then we found that one.
Yeah. John stopped me. He's like, "Look at that patch." Oh, I gotta have that. You will show me your butthole, pretty boy? That'd make the $6 worth it. If somebody shows me a butthole. Yeah, she's super approachable though, dude. I went up and told her,
he went up and showed her his patch.
I think I did have the patch on me at the time. I just told her, I was like, "You don't get enough credit for what a badass you are." She's really, really sweet and very, like I say, she hugged my neck. So then her husband is super cool. I don't think he has to worry about she has to worry about that because he looks like the kind of guy that's super nice, but would also beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah,
if you cross the line.
Kind of like old arm wrestling dude.
Yeah, arm wrestling dude messages me back, man. We're gonna be buddies.
I need to hit him up. Well, I'll get up with you because I can't remember the name of his damn.
I want to say the name of his knife company because it's a cool company, but I don't want. Both have kind of made a joke about it. I don't.
But it's not a joke. I mean, he's a good dude.
He is.
And the arm wrestling part.
He was like, "Man, I don't care if I lose." He's like, "There's no gym at my hotel, and this is my workout." He's like, "I'm having a good time." He was
genuinely a good dude.
He did get a little bit aggressive,
but he was drunk.
If you beat him right, because what Justin don't know, he's left-handed too.
Yeah,
but he was arm wrestling everybody right-handed. Well, if you beat him right-handed, in his mind, it's only fair that you give him a shot left. Because I'd watched most of the night if people beat him right-handed, he beat them left-handed. But Justin beat him with both. And dude was strong, but it made me feel really good because I thought I'd lost a lot of my strength. And when he flexed up and pushed on me, I thought I could feel it. I was like, "Oh, I could put this dude down." But I didn't want to ruin that friendship. So I'll just go ahead and tell it. Actually, guys, if you would, I would really appreciate if y'all would give him a follow. Anybody that's played God of War will have an easy time finding it. It's Kratos Knives. He builds a lot of, survival. He's in Alaska, and you can tell he's building a lot of knives for hardcore Alaskans. So let me type it.
But if you meet him, he does not strike you as an Alaskan.
No, he's an awesome guy.
Like, yeah.
Vince, Vince, Patina or Kyle, would one of y'all post Kratos knives? Because I'd love to see him to get some follows out of it, because he did lose a $1,000 phone this weekend.
Yeah. And every time you saw him and you like caught his attention, it was like he was excited to see you. He was like, "Hey!"
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. He yelled at me from across Buffalo Wild Wings. And I kind of ignored John during our lunch at Buffalo Wild Wings. I got into a great conversation with a guy.
With a cop?
Yeah, with a cop. You would have never guessed it, because he was covered in tattoos, but he was a badass over in Afghanistan, and ended up doing security details as a private contractor. Came back to Atlanta, and now he's the lead investigator for the district attorney's office in Fulton County. Super down to earth guy, man.
Oh yeah,
very friendly.
Yeah, he's cool as shit.
Yeah.
Way to go, Kyle. Thanks for that link.
That's it, Winchester. I'm pretty sure. Kratos knives.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't be giving him shit about getting beat by an old man. This is one thing. I'm kind of glad Justin's already gone. There's one side to that story that not everybody's going to hear, but you guys will hear it here. And I haven't even told Justin this, because I don't want to ruin. I know he felt very proud of himself, because this dude had some big old arms and was younger. Justin felt good about that farm boy strength beating. This dude had arm wrestled no less than 50 people.
Oh yeah.
The arm wrestle Justin. When I say they opened an open arm wrestle, it was literally that guy on one side and all comers.
Yeah.
So he arm wrestled everybody. Now, to beat him at the beginning of the night, because I watched, there were some big fucking gnarly looking strong dudes come up, and he beat them. So I'm just saying, at that point during the night, I don't know how much bragging rights you get.
You don't know if he was at the top of his game.
No, he couldn't have been. Dude, he had been in some epic arm wrestling battles for over an hour and a half before we ever walked up. I love my mods more than anything in this world, dude. Oh God, it would bother me if I thought they actually dislike each other. But it sure does look like it sometimes on
here. It does.
Yeah. Oh man, Dopey, I'm not arm wrestling you naked.
You might not have a choice.
Yeah.
You might wait till you fall asleep.
He might. Yeah, I think that is at Kratos Sporting Goods. I keep opening my phone to look and then forget what I'm doing.
Wasn't the one that is it both IG?
I'll know in a second. No, I think it's just Kratos Knives here.
Yeah.
Kratos Knives and Sporting Goods. Yeah. Keep the wild in you.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. But yeah, super good dude, man. I don't know if his knives are expensive. I don't know, but I know from what I talking to him, it kind of sounds like he does a little bit of what Work Tough does. He has knives produced by different designers and whatnot. But yeah. What does that say? Where's your rock? His rock's on the way, Patina. He made sure I didn't forget that fucking rock just because of you.
And Dopey did wear the shirt at Bladeshow.
He did. I don't think he wore it all day. I think it was too much for him.
Yeah. I slapped him on the back one good time.
Yeah. I bet it was loud, wasn't it?
It was loud as shit.
Yeah. And keep in mind, guys, hats off to Dopey, because he wore that shirt even though I gave him a real screen printed shirt and a size smaller that didn't look like a dress on him. And he still wore it because he said he would. Yeah. Dopey was everywhere too, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't go anywhere, anything going on. Dopey was in the middle of it. I thought he was going to run his Bladeshow there for a second, though. Dopey got trashed on Thursday. Drank about a third or fifth of scotch and almost got out of hand. He turned into Florida man in about 15 minutes.
he was the epitome of Florida man, and I didn't even see that. But I mean, just his normal self. You could tell he's got the propensity to turn into Florida man, and that quick.
He's not even from there. He just moved there. But he fits in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But he bounced back. He was
fun, dude. Yeah, he definitely.
I'll say this: if he'd been like that all weekend, I couldn't hang out with Dopey.
Dopey said it was half the bottle.
Yeah. Well, it was about a third, in all honesty. You're forgetting the neck is skinnier.
Well, he drank the rest of it on live stream night Sunday, didn't he?
Yeah.
I was
but
in and out of consciousness.
He drank that at about a 10-minute span. It's like he opened it, then a third of the bottle was gone, and we left. And on the way there, I've cut my eyes. Dopey literally became drunk in the back seat. He wasn't drunk when we got in the truck. But halfway there, he became belligerent drunk in the back seat of my truck. And I was like, yeah, I finished it. You did finish that bitch on Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, Stevie had to. How'd that go? Where did you and Dopey go that you had? I think Stevie drove my truck more than I did. Because he drove us to the grocery store. That fucker drugged me out in public in the grocery store, and I couldn't even say my own name, dude. I was so high. So we got to go get snacks. And Maddie was asking about the shopping trip. I don't know if you read my comment, Maddie, but I can tell you exactly what Stevie bought. Stevie bought a dozen eggs, a pound of bacon, a bowl of butter, a loaf of bread, and a gallon of milk. Because he was telling us, it was funny because he was very to the point about the fact, you guys are responsible for your own groceries. What he was saying is, I ain't buying all this shit. Buy your own fucking groceries. So we get up to the checkout, and Stevie's got a buggy with the stuff to make a beautiful breakfast that, by the way, is still in the refrigerator at the Airbnb. And I got 2 boxes of fudge rounds. And what was this? Maybe 12 minutes from the house, Stevie, 10, 12 minutes from the house. By the time we got back to the house, I had Uno boxes of fudge rounds. I had a whole box in the passenger seat while Stevie's driving. Oh, okay, I remember now. No, I guess I was driving. Yeah, I dropped Dopey and Stevie off Thursday to get to transfer their tickets into wristbands, but I told them I wasn't. Well, then when I get to the house that I actually paid to stay in, they were like, hey, we're running to get wristbands. So I ended up riding back with them to get wristbands. And Dopey, I have a confession to make. I saw you a couple of times, like from a distance, and I was like, I ain't going over there. That dude is shit-faced.
I ain't fucking with Florida man right now.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with Florida man right this minute. I did. The wrappers are still on my floorboard. Yes, they were left at the Airbnb. Snuds, they ate the other box the next day while I wasn't around. Oh, I see what you're saying. They weren't left over yet.
You Master Chain, I was lost.
I know you were calling me like, I'm in trouble. I'm fucked up. I'm lost. I'm like, I'll call Stevie. I'm calling Stevie. Stevie's like, we're hiding from him. We can see him from where we're standing. I was like, why are you hiding? He's like, I just need a few minutes.
He says, Pam saved me, though. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, then Dopey spilt a drink on somebody's dog. And everybody's just assuming he's my buddy. He's like, Dopey, like, don't put that shit on me. I just dropped him off.
I just met that guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that dude. That's not my shirt in his hand.
That is not my channel. He's freaking supporting.
I wish I'd recorded the ride over there, though, dude, because literally Dopey was normal. He finished one sentence, and when he started the next one, he was fucking hammered and screaming. He wouldn't let me and Stevie say a word. Every time we tried to join the conversation and we'd speak, he would just scream at the top of his lungs over us. So all the way back, me and Stevie were just staring straight out the windshield thinking, I can't wait to get this motherfucker out of this truck.
Florida man Dopey ain't so bad.
Yeah. Dopey, yeah, no hard feelings, buddy. We love you. It was just a
Dopey
bit much.
was fun,
It was
man.
a bit much from a guy we'd known for 30 minutes. If that'd been Meathead, I'd have saved him. But yeah, we'd literally just met you, and it was a bit much. Yeah.
We met you, and 5 minutes later, you were drunk.
Yeah. I'm not talking about happy drunk. I'm talking about taking that motherfucker to jail drunk. If he had walked up to the cop and told him he was lost, dude, there's no doubt in my mind that some bitch just spent the weekend in Fulton County. We'd have went and got him. I'd have pitched his money. I'd felt bad.
But he would have won.
But I couldn't stop it. Oh, shit. Well, Dopey, I only felt like the full truth need to be known. So there you have it. I wasn't avoiding. I wasn't. The first time I called, I wasn't even there.
Honestly, it's part of the legend that is Dopey. So
it is. It's all part of it. And all those same people that were avoiding you for that hour were your best friends the rest of the weekend. So it's all good.
Hell yeah.
Damn. Oh, I know Pam saved you. I talked to Pam too. Pam was very patient with you, Dopey. No doubt about that. You tested her right off the bat. Right off. It's like, hi, Pam. Let's see just how fucking kind you are. Exactly what you did. And she took it and handled it very well. Oh, but yeah, Dopey, that you'll be remembered for that for every Blade Show here on out. So,
and not in a bad way either.
Yeah,
it's just part of your legend.
Right. He is the shit, Stevie. You're right. We just needed a few minutes.
We needed time to realize that.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Also, keep in mind, at that time, I was still a little high. I told Stevie if smoking pot made me feel like it did on Thursday, I'd do it all the time because on Wednesday, for about 4 hours, I had an absolute blast, and then I wanted it to stop, and it wouldn't, and I was miserable. But Thursday, I woke up, and I could function, but I felt really good and was in a really good mood. Thursday was an awesome feeling. Yeah.
Maddie, you absolutely cannot spell anything. You can't spell a word.
What is that?
Any word.
What does any of that mean?
I don't know.
You ain't going where now?
Dismin in it. Durnin in it. Blade Show we at. We got you, Marty.
Is Matty not going because he's scared of Dopey now? Is that what's happening?
I'm not sure.
No.
Did he ever get his leather codpiece? Because
no, Joe's not making a leather codpiece. Joe didn't make it to Blade Show, but I got to meet Joe. He showed up at the house Sunday night.
Yeah, I got to meet Joe when I was freaking dead sick.
Yeah. And Joe's wife, Jess, is awesome.
Yeah.
I loved her to death, man.
They're a beautiful couple, dude.
Yeah, they both have the same kind of slightly sarcastic sense of humor.
Yeah.
You can tell they're kind of laughing at you.
Yeah, not exactly with you, but kind of with you. But yeah. Yeah. Dude, I hated I was so fucking pissed when I came outside and I looked and I was like, goddamn Joe's here and I'm sick as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you were. Y'all don't know. Y'all hear him saying he was sick. You'd had to see him, dude. This dude was sitting on the couch, balled up like a child, just shivering. He was so sick.
Yeah, that was one of the worst fevers I believe I've ever had.
We had to rearrange. We weren't even staying at Stevie's.
No. Neither one of us were staying at Stevie's.
Nobody wanted to wake John up or make him travel anywhere because he was so sick. And I told Stevie, I was like, I guess I'll stay too, but I'm not sleeping head to head with that sick person. He's trying to turn around. So I woke him up, made him spin around so that we were foot to foot on this sectional. Was that not the most comfortable?
That was a comfortable. Well, I just assumed it was because I was so sick. Everything was comfortable if I was laying down.
I've laid on hundreds of couches and had to sleep, I've never laid on one that was as comfortable as that thing was. Joe, you know damn well you was laughing. I didn't even know Joe was in here.
Yeah, and I felt bad because Joe had just gotten over being sick. I'm like, dude, I'm sick. I don't want to be around you and make you sick again.
Yeah, that was awesome getting to meet them though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm glad I got to see you and your wife. I didn't get to talk to you, but that'll be next year, man. And it was awesome to see you guys.
I think that the great thing about meeting these people is, you befriend them on the internet. You might even possibly do some business with them. And then once you meet them and realize how great the people they are, it just makes it affirm. First of all, it affirms what you already thought. And it makes it even more okay for, you to be friends or do business with them in the future. Cause Joe and his wife are great people. And from what I understand, if you do business with Joe, you're doing business with Jess. Joe just makes the leather shit.
Yeah.
But and then Forrest, same way.
Yeah.
I was super impressed with Forrest too, because I don't know how to put it.
Was this your first time meeting Forrest?
Yeah, it was. No,
Dude.
It wasn't my first time meeting him. It was my first time spending time with him.
Okay, Forrest is a fucking peach, dude.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
Forrest is awesome, man. It was just that whole dynamic of watching how people are when they're high, because you'd never know. Forrest is even keel all the time. That dude never changes.
Yeah. It's the same with Snuzz.
Yeah. No. Well, can you call Snuzz even keel? Snuzz is a fucking alien from outer space all the time. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Snuzz is... I don't know how to explain that dude to people.
No, there's no explain. You just have to meet him.
I don't understand a single conversation we had all week.
But I do know he bought an American-made Hogue for $150.
I still don't get what's the joke behind that?
Because it's a fucking American-made knife for $150, and it fucks with people.
Because Stevie was talking about, he's like, Shane just kept falling for it. He didn't get it.
Did.
I still don't get it. I'm like, yeah, it's an American-made. I mean, it's not the only a Spyderco Manix is $150. I don't get it. Maybe I'll never get it. I don't know.
You won't. You never will.
Yeah. Shane and I bonded about talking about fudge rounds. I remember that now. We were talking about how I like them after they're almost starting to get a little old. And yeah, and they get a little, anyway. Yeah. It is, Stevie. I wish y'all would explain it to me. I don't understand what I'm missing. I get it. It's a great American-made knife for $150. Why is that so funny?
That's part of the joke.
Okay. Snuzz was proud of it, though.
Yeah, he was.
He showed it to everybody. He showed it to me 3 or 4 times. He got the same answer. I know it's a great knife. I've reviewed it twice. I reviewed the Tanto and the drop point. What?
That's part of the joke, dude.
Okay.
Because it's
let it go, I guess. I'm never going to get it. I just told you I didn't understand a single conversation I had with him all weekend. How am I supposed to pick out what's a joke and what's not? Oh shit. Vince is hunting somebody.
Oh, dude, the best part, though, I'm sorry, was on Sunday when he came up to me and he said, Q-Ball's trying to kill me. I said, how? He just invited me to a restaurant called the Cheesecake Factory. And he knows when they ask what dessert I want, I get them all.
Yeah. Yeah. Snuzz would not have left that place alive.
No.
And you guys think Stevie's joking, but I got to witness it right off the bat. Like, we all met up. We were hungry. We went to a restaurant. Snuzz refuses to order food off the menu. He's just not going to pick. And waitresses don't know how to handle it. When they're handing the menu, he looks at it and they're like, yeah, I know, Stevie. I've reviewed it twice. What? What's so funny? anyway,
Continue
the
your
waitress
story.
comes up asking Snuzz what he wants, and he's like, "Just bring me something." And dude, they just don't know how to act. They can't handle it. That he will not pick. And then finally, she picked for him, and then started asking him, "Do you want this? Do you want that?" And he's like, "Just bring it, however you want to bring it. He don't care." It was strange. I understand. It's only $150. What's
Oh God. Oh God. But
what am I missing?
where was it made?
In the United States of America. It's got a flag right on
It's
the
made
clip.
in the U. It does.
Snuzz even showed it to me. Look at this
Hey,
little
damn
flag.
sure did.
What? So damn. I mean, are y'all just making fun of my content in general? Is that what this is about? 'Cause
No.
I can accept that.
Oh God.
Assholes.
Whew. Okay.
How do you not get it? I don't know, Vince. I don't know how I don't get it. It's just a cool knife made in the United States for $150. It's not the only one. I don't think it was Magna Cut, Ian.
But it is one. No, it was 154.
Yeah, I know because I've reviewed it twice.
How much was it though?
Like $150.
Where was it made?
United States.
There we go.
Thing is, I even told Snuzz, I was like, "Thanks, asshole. You could have bought that using my link. I'd have got paid." But he didn't.
You bought it at Bladeshow.
Yeah.
Because it was only $150.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know where it was made?
In the United
It
States.
was made in America.
So what about that's funny?
It is.
Okay. Ask Snuzz how much you paid for it though.
I hope Stevie survives this night because I feel like he's rolling on the floor right now.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm glad you guys have had a good time with it though. It's all that matters. As long as y'all had fun.
For only $150.
Yeah. Did Snuzz ever buy his heretic?
I don't know.
They probably wouldn't sell it to him because he wouldn't say it right.
How did he say it?
He kept saying he was going to buy a heretic. I was like, "No, it's a heretic, Snuzz." He's like, "Yeah, a heretic." I don't get it, guys. I don't understand what's so funny.
Oh.
What am I missing?
You're not missing anything.
Is it not
You're catching it all.
$150? Is it
It's
more than that?
$150. It's made in the USA.
And
There's no and.
And that makes it hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. It's no crispy. It's $150. Oh, wait. I don't even understand where Snuzz gets money. Do the aliens bring money with them when they come here?
I think he just exudes money through his sweat
I
glands
begged
or
that dude
something.
to show me his belly button. I don't think he has one. Stevie, Nuzz, come show us your knife. We need the details. Oh, man.
And that was another key thing. It was made in the USA by Americans.
Yeah. So if any of you guys are looking for a USA-made knife for around $150 with a cool pistol or cool gun name on it, the 6-hour K320 might be the one for you.
It might be.
Yeah.
You've reviewed it twice. You should know.
Look at this bullshit.
But we should.
Oh, 5-door got jokes. Look at this. I never said I made valid.
Steve Nuss was dressed like Payne Stewart, making a pilgrimage to the Holy Land.
Snow's the only person I know that can dress like a cholo and not look like a cholo.
He just wears clothes.
Yeah,
It's not.
he just puts on layers of cloth. He had on a white shirt, and then above top of that,
I'm pretty sure there was cloth buttons involved.
Yeah,
there was a beanie that just sat right on top of his head.
Right. Yeah, and then he had on a black button down. There was only a button at the top and flared out. And then he had on like some black linen pants that I'm pretty sure had a drawstring. I'm not positive about that. And that just that thing laid on top of his head.
It was like a doily, like a coaster, but it just sat on top of his head.
And the hot bitch couldn't resist him.
And then he'd come up to you and he'd give you that smile and he'd say, "Did you see the knife I got? $150.
Made in USA.
Guess where it was made?" He'd point to the flag. Made in America.
It's exactly what he did to me. He pointed at the flag. Yeah. That is what he looked like. He looked like a golfer from the 30s. Remember they wore them big baggy pants and Nuz was being comfortable. Nuz doesn't have to be comfortable.
Nuz is comfortable. Nuz is comfort.
Yeah.
That's just Nuz is.
Yeah.
He's like a cooler version of the dude from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
He just abides.
Yeah. He makes the dude look stressed out.
There we go. He was dressed like a waiter at a Chinese restaurant. A 1930s Chinese restaurant that's probably going to wash your laundry afterwards.
Yeah. While you're playing golf. That dude, man. I don't think he's going to live to be like 110.
He's probably already 110.
Maybe. I don't think he's ever stressed about anything a single day in his entire life.
He showed it to Ben Belkin.
Showed it to Ben Belkin and Ben turned around.
He said, his thing was, he was like, "It makes people uncomfortable. American knife. $150.
Not the knife, it's Snuz that makes it. You imagine being super high for the first time you smoked in like 10 years and having to stare at that guy? Oh, yeah. Whew.
They
Did he
weren't
ever
tucked.
tuck into his socks?
No, they weren't tucked.
I can't remember.
I know last year he wore shorts.
He only buttoned like the top button, the one you button when you're going to wear a tie.
Yeah.
And it flared out from there, like the cholos used to do. That's all true. You'll meet if you meet 1 million people in your lifetime and you spend 10 minutes with each of them, you're going to forget a bunch of those people, but Snuz will not be one of those people you forget. He had a cherry ice cream backpack. It looked like he had a kindergarten girl's backpack.
Yeah. And if you read in the Bible, in Genesis, I believe, it says, "And on the 8th day, God created Snuz."
Snuz was there watching all this.
He was watching because he created God.
Who do you think recorded all this? So it's like, this dude just made a big fiery sun.
For $150.
Yeah.
Made in America.
Yeah. Do you guys want to see my
we already saw
footage?
Cool. That's your phone. That's neat. We like that.
I'm showing you all the footage I got from Jack Wolf Knives.
Oh.
And that new $300-something frame lock.
That frame lock was pretty nice.
Was it really though?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I like Benny. I ain't got no problem with Benny.
I like Benny too. I just don't agree with that. I don't get any of it. That's also
Shane. It's not for you.
You're right. It's not for me. That's also my footage from the We Savivi booth.
That's the same footage I got. Were you behind me?
Yeah.
Or was I behind you?
We were recording at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
I can't say that about my visit to Kaiser booth because I did go to the Kaiser booth. I was drugged there against my will, and I'm glad I went. How do they determine the homecoming queen in valedictorian in Alabama high school? The homecoming queen is the girl with the most teeth in the valedictorian is the person who can count them all. I resent that, Ian. I'm a fairly intelligent person.
He resents it because it's true.
I just act like an idiot. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. We have a lot of beautiful women down here in the South. This has always been and always will be. That's the truth.
In the beginning, there was Nuz.
And then everything else came.
Yep.
And Nuz remained.
And Nuz remained. And Nuz will always remain.
Yeah.
Vince is super excited about Bladeshow West.
Vince, I can't afford to go to Bladeshow West. I could barely afford to go to Bladeshow Atlanta without your help. So West is probably out for me. I didn't see any of the cool shit we didn't see. I did meet Kyle, though.
Kyle Coonley? You met Kyle Coonley?
No, I met Cougar Kyle.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
He's not as... That's kind of anticlimactic. I thought you met
That
Kyle
dude survived an attack by a cougar.
I don't give a fuck. We're talking about Kyle Coonley.
Oh. Yeah, that would have been even cooler.
Yeah.
And I told him that how bad Blade HQ fucked up by not giving him Ben's job when he left. I mean, they fucked up letting Ben leave.
Yeah.
But the only option when Ben left was Kyle. And they fucked that up too. Yeah.
Maybe Kyle didn't want it.
Oh, he wanted it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah. And they made other choices. That's why nobody hangs around that place. Apparently, it's weird how all of them say the same thing. All of them say it's a very strange environment.
Yeah, they do. I heard Ben say that.
They don't say bad. They say it's a very strange environment.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me wonder, I don't do business with them anymore anyway. So I never had a bad business experience with them. I had some slightly delayed shipping times and that don't really piss me off that bad because I wasn't there were Christmas presents, so I wasn't in a hurry. But Vince is what I'm telling you, dude. I mean, unless I get some work come my way, which I'm really hoping I do, I want him to be able to buy a plane ticket. That cost me $1,000, I bet, fly from here to out west.
And back.
Yeah, and back. But I mean, that's something when we do have a bull sale coming up, so if they sell a bunch of them and I have a bunch of deliveries to make, that can make some money.
That's a lot of semen.
Well, no, not semen. Just these are the actual full-grown bulls.
Okay.
Well, steers more or less. They, one's ready to put in your herd and start breeding, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Because Ben Peterson too. I bet he smells lovely. He smells clean.
Yeah, he does.
He
looks clean.
If he wears the cologne, I'm gonna guess it's that Nautilus like I've got. He just has that fresh out of the shower smell.
Yeah.
But he is exactly who he portrays himself to be. He is a super, super nice human being.
You talking about the Nautica Voyage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just smells, like I said, fresh out of the shower. Irish spring clean. Guys, we've been at 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shane only sniffs Canadian Pirates. Oh, Patina's so mad he lost that pirate war. Shane, if you had a better boat, you might have had a better chance.
There's that damn boat. You didn't even have one sail on it.
I was so tickled at myself, dude, when I messaged to Cynthia and I was like, dude, I need you to scour the internet and find the saddest, most busted ass boat you can find and put Patina Turner's logo on it. Oh, it was funny. I've actually got pictures where the logos are on the boats, but they don't show up so well. So it was actually the Cynthia's wife came up with the idea. Maybe we should put flags on the boats and put their logos on the flags. That turned out better. Because before you had to kind of zoom in to even really figure out what was going on. From Alabama, plane tickets only $200. Vince. I'll look into it. I'll see. I don't know that Blade West could handle us. I think those guys are glad we don't come.
They probably are.
They tell you a damn lie. You know it didn't hurt your feelings. How close are we to Rosie number 3? When's that Rosie getting here? She got to be about to pop, ain't she? Stupid pirate Boker. It's great how this guy took the greatest piece of convention marketing of all time and made so many people hate him for it.
Boats fuck me. Boats fuck. Just Captain Stubing or the entire Love Boat?
Guys, I'm fitting to go to bed.
Me too.
I've had an absolute blast hanging with you people, but I've embarrassed myself and damaged my friendship with Patina Turner enough for one night. I'm really glad he's a good sport because that may have brought me as much joy as Bladeshow did in all honesty. I know it's silly that I enjoyed it that much, but I really did. Yeah. Kyle, I've seen your rock. I've been glad when Kyle gets that damn rock.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to vote on whether his rock's cooler than Patina Turner's. Patina's rock. That's a tough one, man.
Is that the rock he busted his rowboat up on when he friggin' landed the crab?
The one he used to have that string tied to for an anchor. Pete told me he saw Patina's boat just throwing one nuck at it. I just chunked a nuck at it. That piece of shit sunk.
It was my logo. You better make a video on the rock when you get it.
There's the sentient right there. You did an awesome job, dude. In case you missed it, Patina hates you too. You're dead to him.
You are dead to him.
If you guys want some fucking middle school graphics done up, something cheesy as hell, but awesome at the same time, that's your guy. Anyway, guys, I am getting pretty tired and I gotta go take my medicine because I'm old and dying. But
yeah,
I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. I love each and every one of y'all. Thanks for making me want to do this. Winchester, congratulations. And John, what you got?
I love you guys. Get on out there and EDC your asses off and do something nice for somebody every once in a while.
Yep. Peace, folks. Love y'all.
It's gonna take a minute.